to be expected, but ooh, spicy
Interesting
odds
choice.
from our partners at Lootbet. I disagree with this very strongly. I think, oh man, no, I think this is a 150 to 250 in favor of ESPADA.
Yeah, I'm with you right there. I don't think the odds quite reflect how I'm feeling coming into this game, but maybe Lootbet's smarter than we are. Maybe they've been doing a lot more homework. They've been doing some demo watching, and they think that the play styles clash a little bit.
That one guy who's just stuck watching the same demo of Galaxy Racers again and again because there's only 5 demos available.
Yeah.
RACER though, waiting for the peaks to come in, plinking away with the USP. They're going to be coming down very quick into A long though, and Tabs on the other side has to take first contact. He's missing shots. Relax in the meanwhile repositions. Blessing's the one to break blood, and with that, Daxter and Finnegan have come back quickly, but it's quickly a 2v1. Freddy for a good for one, but no more. Dezon left alone to save the day.
And they're going to fight for bank control. They're going to try and get set up in this post plant. In fact, they're going deep in towards CT. Destin distracted by the noise. Oh, the adjustment, the missed shots there from Softic. They're really low HP on both of these players. Dexter's trying to remain elusive. The kit recovered here from Destin. The plant, it's going to work in favor of Dexter. He pulls it off the 1-on-1, but a very precarious round from ESPADA. So those missed shots, they've really had the round hanging in a balance.
Yeah, it's I'm glad the observer caught that as well, actually.
Yeah.
Because, you know, you're thinking, oh yeah, it's going to be an easy shot to the back of the head, but I want to observe the guy in the 1v2. No. That was a perspective we needed to see. 1-0, ESPADA. It's a shaky start, but boats can be rocked without being synced. Let's find out whether or not that will be the case over here. Patsy up short very quickly with a bright green and white Galil. Not really camouflage friendly, but hey, it's fine.
I actually like the skin a lot. The eco, but it's not exactly the most cost-effective weapon, so I mean, maybe a bit misplaced, but...
Ooh, Night Stack could be coming in towards short. That's very big, but they're rotating back. ESPADA now come out the flashes, and the Night Stack should be there soon, but they're waiting for any sort of presence to come out first, and that Night Stack has gone too deep. It's not towards short, so instead, Patsy gets a nade. Oh, no. Even Pleasant gets away with 2 HP in all fairness. I feel like, you know, this is a trade of, hey, we're not going to kill you. You don't kill us. We save, you save. Mikasa, Sukasa, all that good stuff.
I think this is the first time I've seen 3 players within an inch of their life. A 1, 2, and 3 HP currently at play.
Softic's getting hungry as well. You know, he wants to go forward and just get himself some money. He's licking his lips right now with the Mac 10. Probably not a very safe thing to do, but hey, Tabs isn't very safe either. However, Softic will still take over his dead body and pick up a deagle while he's at it. So there you go, some extra money. Another deagle that can't be saved, and Galaxy Racer, they will have run very far away just to make sure they don't die. You can see Freddy Frog and Pleasant all the way over towards the long side of toilets.
So a much cleaner round from ESPADA. A full save on all the 5 players with the round win. That is good to see. Albeit that they were really close to losing one of those players, but that would have just been a blip on the radar. It's going to be a lack of investment coming in from Galaxy Racer. They do have a smoke and a flash. Really interested to see where Pleasant lines this one up for. Oh, it's going to be a peek towards short, and they are hoping to pinch it, I think.
Well, there's some pinching done, but I think they're pinching themselves to try and get out of this nightmare at this point. Pleasant will, at the very least, get some sweet dreams, but he might be getting some permanent rest as Dima does take him down as well. Relax left on a 1v3, very clean anti-eco so far from the terrorist side, and as long as Relaxa can't get any kills over here, that should continue to be the case. 3 rifles picked up, and more likely than not will be recovered. I don't really like Relaxa getting aggressive. There's not much to be gained, and I mean, having the extra Kevlar gives you so much more utility. Relaxa's money isn't the highest in the world, so would be nice to have a bit extra with the AWP, but hey, at least there's a kill.
Well, the AWP will come out, the armor, a flash as well. Had he kept that armor, just upgrading away from the scout, he would have had a bit more utility to play off of. So, do agree. Tabs will actually get the secondary AWP out as well, but he's going glass cannon.
Oh, man. I wish Softic had a Mac 10. There's 2 players without head armor, 1 player without any armor, so the Galil is about as good as the AK is, pretty much. Damn, scoped in, misses the shot, can't catch the timing. Dima's just W'd his way forward, and Tabs will reposition, but he has to be so careful not to be wallbanged because he doesn't have any armor, so you can see him getting very scared while Des, oh, Relaxa, where did that kill come out? Stuart Long, Finnegan to fall. And with that, the B stack from the CTs could be coming out because of that 1 lurker now being dead.
Oh, he hears all the utility being deployed, but they're going to miss the timing. Pleasant bombarded by the nade stack from ESPADA. Very well placed. And Tabs is low. This is a weakened B bomb site. They've reinforced the toilets position. They're split between these 2 sites. The door may give a bit of an indicator. But still no rotations here from the RACER side. They are knuckling down and homing down these positions, hoping for some good production out of their dedicated site players.
Now, oh, Tabs still locked out, and he can't get aggressive. No armor, no HP, nothing to do over here. Maybe a 3 versus 4, but make no mistakes, the T side are going to be at an advantage soon enough. Dezon wanting to maybe get aggressive through the smoke. It will be dissipating soon. The T's have got themselves the bomb down, and this is a great position for Patsy. He's not going to be headshot and brought down afterwards. Instead, it's Relaxa to find 1 in the fadeaway. Relaxa, however, needs to be incredibly careful that he doesn't get beat by the man on the site, and that is going to be Patsy to take him down. Freddy Frog left on a 1v2. Players aren't the healthiest, but he takes the wrong duel, and Patsy, who is nestled away in water, will keep himself alive as well.
Oh, I thought that might have been the first round there for the Galaxy Racers. They had the 3-on-2 moving into the site. They don't quite allow the connector player to get into position early enough, and by the time he's out, by the time he's ready to contest the site, his teammates, they're gone. So ESPADA keep this run going now that they've won that gun round. The half-buy likely to come out from the CT side. I can understand why a timeout has been called. Good to see them take it early. Quite often teams will wait a little bit too late before taking a second to breathe and discuss.
We had that happen last round as well, actually. I mean, last
series, yeah.
Yes. The first timeout we saw coming out was at a 9-1, and this is also a very well-timed timeout because it gives the team a bit more time to discuss things. You're on a half-buy/eco round. It's not going to be the best in the world. Oh, I just realized their coach is the old coach of Epsilon on Galaxy Racers, who I believe, if I'm not wrong, was also the coach while Disco Doppelin and Rez and Bracken were all on the roster. So,
okay.
Yeah. So, you know, he's got some tenure of building up young talent. Softic trying to find some kills with that Mac 10, but money will instead be stolen, as will Dexter's life, by that Deagle. So, not the best of situations all in all, but it will be a couple of more players to follow, and the T is taking control.
Oh, person getting spotted out and, well, taken down. That actually is a nice little delivery for Softic to get his hands on the AK to save that into the next round. So that actually works in ESPADA's favor. He gets the catch from the SMG, gets the upgrade. Happy days for him. That's the second time we've seen Galaxy Racer trying to go for that pop flash play through towards Monster, and it has yielded the same results. Cute little set play at the very least, but there needs to be a turnaround now for the Galaxy Racers. They get Relaxa back on the AWP, this time not the secondary AWP in Tabs' hands. Relaxa opened up the round last time when it came to that post plant. And ESPADA, they are setting up in the same default. Water control gained by that CT side. They begin to contain the ESPADA offensive. And this may be a round in which we see ESPADA actually go more towards the A side of the map, given the lack of control. Once they see the presence here from Galaxy Racers, it may deter them.
Well, first and foremost, you've got to take a little bit more control if you're ESPADA. And look at this from Tabs. He's perfectly postured. Demon will take him down in the meanwhile. And with that, Patsy, his position makes all the difference in the world, but that difference has been made, and he finds a kill somehow, despite having a Molotov in his hand earlier, and all the kills are going the way of the T side.
They seemed like they were in a good enough position to contest, but all of that presence that they'd hoped to have into the late round, gone, dispatched of. They have to knuckle down, group themselves up to have at least a gamble on a site. They'll choose wrong. It's Pleasant and Relaxer to likely try and save these into the follow-up round, but Finnegan is still here on the lurk. There's a limited amount of positions that the Racers can take to avoid getting chased down here, and you can understand why ESPADA would want to hunt. They have a lot of money built up. These rounds haven't been too closely contested, and I fear for the Galaxy Racer buy in the following round because I don't think they'll be able to keep these. Oh, no.
And with that, Relaxa is scribbling together a will. He's scribbling down what he wants to give to who, and he said, I want to give a bullet to both Softic and Patsy. And with that, he's not going to die. Turns out wills aren't always useful. Just in case, you know.
Okay. A silver lining, at the very least.
A hero op potentially could come through. Relaxa, however, as impressed as I have been with his opping over the course of the past few days, I think he's generally a little bit... I think he can generally be a little bit weak in taking over a game. He's very good at defensively posturing, repositioning, hitting his shots. But if I'm looking to Relaxa to open up things for the CT side, if I'm looking to him say, hey, you have the only AWP, your teammates maybe have some deagles and armor, you've got to go get yourself one kill, back off, and then be ready for a defensive kill. I don't know if he can do that, and I want to see that come out from him at this stage.
I have a feeling we'll end up seeing just pistol armor, but I actually want to almost see the line that I think few teams take, where they'll get the upgraded pistol, miss out on some armor, but get a smoke and a flash, or even maybe 2 flashes. Especially when you've got the pistols, you want to try and find any sort of edge or advantage. And, well, if your opponent is blind, that's about the best advantage you can get.
We do have some TeamSpeak issues coming out for the teams right now. Hopefully those will be resolved soon enough. But, hey, listen. TeamSpeak issues are fine. You know what that means, Yumi? That means we get to talk about random things in CS Overpass. One thing to actually keep in mind over here right now, though, is the general lack of presence sent towards long from ESPADA is very interesting. This is somewhat reminiscent to how Fate play, actually, and I'm only bringing this up because Galaxy Racer actually beat Fate 16-8, which is that Fate very heavily focus on establishing short control and then taking over B. Their A-site hits are far and few in between, but the difference, I believe, which is coming in, is that ESPADA is doing incredibly well at dealing with lost short control as well. So that's been just generally a breath of fresh air for me. And Galaxy Racer are evidently having a hard time dealing with the fact that, hey, no one really cares about A. So now they're putting 4 players on B early on. But the question is, do ESPADA discover this? Because, hey, there's a lurker in Playground. There's another man in Connector just holding away that rotation. How's this going to work out?
I think a bit of supporting utility from one of the players defaulting at B. It was Softic that throws the front bathroom smoke. So showing a bit more presence now, and especially with Relaxa being the one to save that AWP over, they seem to be reading into the positions quite well.
Dexter. Oh, it's Relaxa though. Starts off strong. And with this, I just hope that the CTs don't get aggressive and try and go through the smoke. They've tried that twice before, and both times it hasn't worked out for them. Right now, I just want to see defensive posturing, say, hey, we're 5v4, we're good with Deagles, let's get some kills, boys.
And this is where you almost want, as well, Relaxa rotating around, because they're delaying so much by throwing these smokes towards Monster, and there's no presence elsewhere on the map. There's no noise being made from ESPADA, no shots being fired off. 30
Well, that
seconds left.
flashbang might prompt the rotate though, Yumi. Gets on. Oh, he's been taken down. Along with him goes Tabs. Freddy Frog is good for one, but Softic will just proceed forward. And now the question is, does Relaxa come over?
Oh.
Yes, he does, because Freddy Frog has just found him the 2v2.
Oh.
Oh.
That is a crucial frag to get. Dexter secures a bit more room. Now Relaxa makes that rotate in.
Oh.
Dexter hits the deck close range. He's going to try and find Finnegan. He's repositioned, but Finnegan crouched and in position takes the frag. It's a close round, considering that was only one real gun coming into that. Galaxy Racer make it competitive, but ESPADA still have and hold onto that edge.
And if you want to get onto an edge, well, then Hellcase has the edge over, most case opening websites anyway. Why, you ask? Well, they're the biggest and most known case opening website with almost 100 cases, updated case battle upgrader, dozens of giveaways per month, and more absolutely unique features. You won't get bored with them. Use promo codes to save more and grab what you can.
Oh dear. Here comes the 4-man boost. Nobody peek Heaven. Nobody go for the jump. Oh! I think the Heaven player actually spotted it out. He started shooting, trying to rattle off some shots on the side of Freddy Frog. But yeah, that boost yields no results. I like that Relax is getting aggressive though. So much of a presence committed towards getting that boost established. And I thought that was going to work out for Galaxy Racer. Pleasant getting aggro as well, but he loses out.
Alexa moving forward, but he misses that shot, and with that, where it could have very quickly been a 4v4 again, instead it's a 3 versus 5. ESPADA even lead in and find another.
I mean, it was a good response. It's exactly what you need to do when that boost is spotted out. Take some control away from your opponents, but some crucially missed opportunities. And now ESPADA, this will be one of the few times we actually see them collapse on the A bomb site. The only other time was in the pistol. The flank from Freddy. Oh, okay, Dexter's gone. Dezen, Freddy, they all chime in. Okay, it's a lockdown towards A. Maybe this is why they haven't been going back, but Patsy brings it close. It's a one-on-one. He knows where this last player is positioned, and he's playing around it.
This could be huge. Patsy has backed off and he's found himself the space to get into the garbage. And with that, he's rotated back all the way, will be coming from bank. And does Freddy Frog realize it? Because Freddy, well, unfortunately, his position isn't known either. Patsy's just not sure. He needs a turn. He finds the shot and the kill. 4 kills from Patsy, and it's a 1 versus 3 to close everything out. That's so well done, especially because when you actually, I don't know, maybe we can get a replay of that from production, but if you actually saw, thank you, production, you're great. These first 2 kills, those are perfect. Deson and Tabs are both peeking him at the same time too. This wasn't even a mistake made by Galaxy Racer. This is just a spray transfer that was perfect. Patsy ducks down, peeks out again, and finds the player who's trying to reset his spray in the meanwhile. So with that, you're now in a 1v1. You know the position of Freddy Frog. And look, man, the 1v1 goes either way. That's fine. It's a clutch. I'll forgive anyone for losing it, but there weren't any mistakes made by Galaxy Racer there throughout the entire round. Even Relaxa getting aggressive, that's the right play to make. Relaxa misses a shot, sure, that happens. He gets picked up off right. They played perfectly. They bring it back to a 3 versus 1, but then what can you do?
Yeah, from a 3 versus 5 to make it as close as that, I thought they were about to shut out the round just with those 3 players. It seemed like they were in the perfect positions to get it done, but like you said, the adjustments made by Patsy, that's a hero play. And there's been quite a few close rounds just in terms of how many players survive, how many times it's come to this sort of 1-on-2. Oh, they're even prepared for the boost, so no shenanigans will catch ESPADA out. In fact, Dima finishes off the frag from downtown. ESPADA are hitting the right moments, it feels like, in this game. They're in tune, they're vibing with it.
I don't know how what's going wrong, but maybe Tabs can bring something together, Yumi. We've been We've been giving him a lot of praise for good reason. He's a fantastic individual player, young talent as well. But right here, Relaxa will not be able to find the Zeus kill. It's a 4v2. Dezon's making his way over. He's got to get some deagle kills, and he will not connect. Tabs is good for one, but when he peeks out again, there's too many players to deal with, and they will find the 9-0. And at risk of being repetitive, these rounds are so close, but it's just not enough.
I'm just getting nervous that we're going to end up having another sort of accelerated series. The first semi-final we thought was going to go for a little bit longer than it did. And given the posture from ESPADA, they haven't lost a round on T-side yet. It has been close. There have been some moments where Galaxy Racer looked like they could register one to their name. It's never been enough.
Well, Pleasant waiting patiently, but unfortunately he's just waiting for his death. Dezon does trade it back and trades are being found early on. The problem is the collapse. When the collapse comes in, well, that's when Galaxy Racer has a hard time dealing with it, and Batsy's now wormed his way forward. He knows where the Opera is. He's heard those scopes, and with a smoke in his hand, chucked out. Freddy Frog does get the kill, but it will not matter because now Freddy Frog is fooled into thinking, hey, guys, I think they're going B. I'm going to go play a defensive angle. Unfortunately, the only person who's actually at B is their Opera, that's Dexter. And the good thing about having an Opera there is you can actually give away a lot of information just by scoping and saying, oh yeah, we're definitely here, guys. So Freddy Frog, he's got to hit these shots early in. Good little off angle, but his crosshair placement isn't quite there. So he'll have to flick. The question is, can he get it? There's 30 seconds left on the clock. There's a player coming in from toilets. They might be looking to double peek, but that could be a mistake. The Opera's backing off. Freddy Frog is playing around with the idea that someone could move in. Now he's spotted out. A Molotov goes his way as well. That should guarantee the bomb plant, but the... Wait, what? Isn't there a... Wait, did that Molotov not... It looked like it was burning Softic.
It was on the other side of the box, I think, but so the...
material
was
it's a
just
weird
blocking,
animation. Yeah. Okay, fair enough.
Either way, a 3-on-3, the CT side tag considerably lower. The nade to damage Freddy Frog ever so slightly as well. The ESPADA post plant is looking strong. The utility lacking here from Galaxy Racer. They need to find the frag. So far, so good. But Finnegan, he finds the right time. Back's turned. They're trying to get on the bomb, and it's double digits for ESPADA. Still flawless on this T side.
I know it's not really groundbreaking analysis, but ESPADA on Overpass is exceptionally impressive right now. Like, the mind games that they are playing with their opponents are insane to me. If they get the bomb down, there's no way Galaxy Racer gets these retakes. It just seems like by the time the bomb is down, you've lost a round. And that's a collection of a lot of different things. It's the fact that they're not letting the CTs get aggressive. The times the CTs did try to get aggressive, they just killed them. Relaxa tries to get aggressive, get some info, get some ground back with the AWP on long, he dies. You send two players through monster smoke, they die. You send them again, they die. You send them aggressively into the, B short sewers to try and keep an eye out for anyone coming over, they die. So Galaxy Racer is afraid of going forward, but because they can't get information, ESPADA gets to run circles around them. This is so impressive.
Yeah, and it also means Galaxy Racer, should they end up in a post plant, always lack utility because they're having to play these delay games. But this position, this change of pace from Galaxy Racer, this could be a turning point. Pleasant is up close. It's only an MP9, sure, but there's nobody headed his direction initially. There's going to be a timer set on this. Pleasant at some point or another will have to peek in for information. Meanwhile, ESPADA are wrapping through. Do they actually go back and clear him? Oh my god, they do.
Oh.
They were waiting for the smoke to fade. Pleasant gives it up. He peeks. And that information's gained. I mean, that seemed like the right call. It seemed like a strong position for Galaxy Racer to hold. But ESPADA, they're aware.
Is this what playing against Astralis feels like? Tabs will get a quick 1D again. Patsy goes down. Galaxy Racer are doing so much right, man. They're doing so much right. Like,
the thing about that position is the way in which it makes it better is they have somebody spotting at the very least for any kind of a wrapping play, so it's at least a possibility. These pistols, they'll get a couple of kills, get their hands on rifles, but I mean, they've got the numbers advantage, but I still have to think that ESPADA are going to pull this off. They've bailed themselves out of so many tough spots, and it actually calls on a Dima 1v3. 13 seconds left. The bomb on his back. There's Freddy Frog sitting by the truck. He's waiting for the tap, and there he'll peek. This is it. This is a call to bluff Dima. He has no time to get this done, and Freddy actually cleans it up. So it's the poor buy for Galaxy Racer that finally gets them on the field.
And the problem is that you're not on the T side if you're Galaxy Racer. You're not thinking to yourself, hey, we can reset their economy. We're probably going to be fine. Don't worry, guys. It's going to be okay. ESPADA has money. Not a lot of it, but they have money for 2 rounds. And if they win a single more round, well, I'm sorry, Galaxy Racer. This game's already looking very difficult for you. It becomes increasingly so if they win 1 more round anytime soon. Tabs. Aggressing forwards, M4 in hand, but Finnegan to take him down. What can you say, man? ESPADA just looks better.
Yeah, it may have given them a bit of hope winning a round like that. They get aggressive again towards middle, and it could have been a good timing, but there's just a lack of support. No real utility to secure a bit of position. And the resources are certainly dwindling. Again, I think the thing that's impressing is the fact that it hasn't been any changes of pace from ESPADA. They've played the same game all the way through, and it's still reaping the rewards of it. Pleasant, though, the spray at Monster gets 2. He has the bomb at his feet, so that's information gained for the CT side. They can stack this B bomb site. Pleasant, he needs backup, though.
Batsy is the terrorist backup, and he could be catching off Relaxer should he want to get aggressive. Pleasant scouts him out. Flashbang comes out towards Monster Tunnel to dissuade any sort of aggression, but with the bomb there, he knows it is inevitable. Patsy takes a duel, doesn't win it, and this could be big. This could be Galaxy Racer taking it away. Dexter has been given a chance, though. Picks up the AK, picks up the bomb, is moving forward, can't find the early kill, looking for a tap, knows he needs to get a kill, but it's Freddy Frog to come out on top of that duel. Second round on the board for Galaxy Racer. Only 2 players kept alive, and there is money to buy on the terrorist side, but if you win 1 more, you know, that's where I believe the T-side money should be broken. 1 more round. That's all you need.
Yeah, this could be a recovery. The start of it, at the very least, for Galaxy Racer. All these, I mean, there's been so many sort of 2 players staying alive in rounds from either side, and oh dear. Relaxer, he goes for the peak. The AWP is dropped. Freddy Frog trying to make up the space. His fallen comrade, but he'll meet the same fate. ESPADA have cleared a nice little path towards the A bomb site. Pleasant is here to try and bail them out, and he's been doing well thus far. The first kill is easy. He's now called for backup, but he needs to stay alive, but he suffers. Going for the repeat.
Now Deson moving in through the smoke he goes. He knows that he needs to make a play. There's too much time for ESPADA to work around this side. Deson's good for 1, he's good for 2. And this could be the savior they required. But he loses the duel afterwards, leaving Tabs alone. Still a 1v2. Still a clutch that needs to be completed. Tabs moving in, moving forward. Scouts out the bomb not being planted, but the double peek is too much. And it's the 11th round on the board for ESPADA. And Galaxy Racer yet again have their money in a pitch.
What a good effort there from Deson. The first kill, very sharp. The weakened opposition on the second. I think the most telling sign for this Galaxy Racer CT side is that as things have gotten worse and worse, the reliance on individuals to just be able to lock down positions has become more apparent. Especially when we keep seeing the same peaks in through mid and ESPADA just winning out the fights. They've been sharp with it. They're expecting some control to be mustered from the CT side.
Oh, Lesson brought down right there. Finnegan, the man to do it. And it is going to be... Oh, wait, actually, no, never mind. This is really big. A 5v3 with Finnegan. Still being alive, even if he is on 2 HP, that's still so incredibly important because those 2 flashes are the world to them at this stage, and they won't even be needed. Patsy, he is welcoming Tams home. And it's not quite the way that Tams was expecting to be welcomed. Relax and Des on left under 2 versus 5. The world is against them. Can they defeat the odds? Can they get everything and more? It seems like it can't be done. Dezen in a 1 versus 4. 1 kill on his back. 4 more to go. Can he ace clutch this out? No, he cannot. And Galaxy Racer have one last full buy. One last hurrah. One last chance on their CT side.
I can't believe we're witnessing such one-sided semifinals. Sure, this is only the first map, but even still. Remember, guys, this is the Galaxy Racer pick. You expect the CT sides to be well-drilled machines. The protocols have been lacking. They seem to be running those same delay tactics on B time and time again, but especially with the mounting pressure that ESPADA have implemented in these past few rounds towards A, you can understand their hesitance, and this is a perfect time to call this boost forward. Unfortunately for ESPADA, they will get nothing from it, so some time's been lost, but no ground taken by that CT side in response.
The time being lost isn't even that significant when you consider Galaxy Racer is using a lot of their utility early on B.
Yep.
So it's just like, well, yeah, sure, we wait out the smokes that would have been there anyway. Ha. And this is going to be troubling because Galaxy Racer, since they didn't get aggressive, and again, we understand why, but they didn't get aggressive on A main. Oh, Dexter almost taking away a life of an innocent man. Relaxa, in the meanwhile, is hoping to eliminate someone coming his way. Relaxa, this is the first shot. Was a hairline angle, so a bit more excusable this time around, but he's holding close to the smoke, wanting to aggress forward the second it dissipates, and that's why that Molotov is there, to give him the time to move in, to get a better angle. But he has been revealed, he has been swung on. Can he get more? No! Softic to take him down, and a 4v4 ensues. Very quickly brought back in the advantage of the T side, even more so. 3v2 is there, bomb is going out, Blessing in the back lines has got to save the day. He's moved in, he's found the timing, the bomb will not be planted either. Softic in a 1v2 in 5 seconds has to get both kills, and it can't be done. Yes, it can. How? Freddy Frog walks into him, opens his arm and says, "Take me, you fool."
Oh, I can't believe it. Plesson, he brings it into a situation where there should be no win condition. But they are so committed to the site. They're so committed to taking those duels. And Softic just wins it out. How many clutches have we seen for ESPADA? How many close rounds has it been? But that's a misplay, really, from Galaxy Racer. That could have been a third, a bit of breathing room going into that second half. But I mean, I just have to think that Galaxy Racer are mentally checked out. They're playing so individually. I don't even know if they're really communicating in the same level that we expect.
Honestly, what's heartbreaking is they're not even playing badly. I'm actually quite impressed by a lot of their reaction at the time. They're making all the correct decisions. It's just sometimes you just lose the duel. And sometimes that happens all game long. And that seems to be what's happening right now. ESPADA just... Look, like I said before, I feel like this is what it must feel like playing against Astralis. You're just like, yeah, they're just better, man.
Yeah, I definitely think they have the right ideas in terms of what they need to do. But I just think the protocols are absent in sort of taking those chances, right? Like you look at getting aggressive through towards middle. Sure, sort of going quietly, not deploying any utility is one side of a strategy, but the pop flashes, a deep smoke, those are some crucial points that are maybe that I think they threw the deep smoke towards middle a couple of times from Galaxy Racer, but then you see rounds afterwards where they're just peeking around what the ESPADA default is and just losing out those initial duels. I'm right there with you. I understand ESPADA are hitting their shots. Let's not get that twisted. But they played the same style all the way through the first half, and Galaxy Racer just couldn't make an adaptation fast enough to get rounds together.
Look, there's definitely criticism to be made, and I think our partners at Ludbet are making that criticism. Guys, I remember that we said that it's a 185 to 190 favoring Galaxy Racer. We may have been wrong.
Yeah, I think the expectations were certainly set at a different point coming into this series. Well, we'll see if Galaxy Racer can get themselves a piece of the cake. It'll be a nibble at the most to take this pistol round. We'll see if they can get the whole thing accomplished. Finnegan's already backstabbing them. Tabs was flashed up. He was blinded. He wasn't quite able to win the duel. They're winning these fights on ESPADA. They can't even get this bomb planted. There's no safety on the site. Caught reloading out in the open. Dezen tries to bail them out. Oh, it's sharp from Dezen. Okay, Dezen, you're having a round. This could be enough to revitalize the Galaxy Racer side. And there's 4. Dezen pulls it back from what I thought was the brink.
It was. It really was. You thought right. That was insane. Dezen individually takes control, says, you guys are not doing it for me. Let me show you how it's done. And that is picture perfect precision from Dezen, making it work for himself. That's such a hard angle to play as well, where they are literally pincering you from 3 different sides. But he plays water perfectly. He uses the wall behind him so well. And with that, Galaxy Racer, they have hope. Some of it, at least.
Yeah, I mean, I'm getting excited about the round because I'm hoping this is a turning point. They show us a bit more about why this is their own map pick, what sort of strats they have lined up for us. But it's still a long road to go, a very small piece of what's to come.
Tabs has been a bit quiet this game so far. I'm not going to lie to you. Dexter as well is not going to find that kill. Pleasant to take him down and overwhelm. Tabs happy to get a kill for himself as well. In the meanwhile, that's Batsy inside the smoke to fall. And now ESPADA. The force by not really netting them much, and it seems like that will not be changing anytime soon. Softic does find a very cute kill under Tabs at the very least, and Pleasant and Freddy Frog are low, so technically this could still be something brought together. There are 30 seconds left. The T's are going to have to hurry up. There's only 2 smokes, so maybe the Deagles, maybe the Scout can get something done, but they're looking the wrong way right now.
The smoke should be an indicator, but Galaxy Racer will accelerate. They'll collapse on the site quicker than ESPADA can get there and get this bomb planted. The time was going to be a bit of an issue, so that pace had to come through as that execute. See if Demon can get anything done in the backlines. He has been spotted out. Freddy's been tagged down low. The players on Galaxy Racer are not looking too healthy. That makes them more and more susceptible to the Deagle, the Scouts. They're even spamming Freddy down. Uh-oh. Oh dear. Okay.
Oh
bless
dear.
him.
Oh,
Thankfully,
okay.
he's there, and he's been having a pretty good performance in some big moments for Galaxy Racer.
Yeah, Pleasant is the unexpected rock. The unexpendables. He has very much been the rock of Galaxy Racer so far. Top fragging against all the odds. Like I said before, Tabs a bit disappointing so far today. It really hasn't been the performance you want to see coming out from the man, but Hopefully the terrorist side is where you can see that being turned around. This would be a nice time to get some eco frags, get some confidence built up, say, hey, let's just make it work for ourselves. We'll be fine. It's all good. Patsy, yeah, he's got a cute little Zeus and ready. I do appreciate how much more the teams these days have started to buy Zeuses. It's a really good weapon, honestly. Oh, ooh. All right then.
I still remember when the Zeus got buffed, and it really shook the meta up for like a month, and then they nerfed it right back. So,
wait, what was the buff? I don't remember this.
I think it was just like really, really cheap. It still is quite. It still is quite.
It's $200 right now. Well, there's that. Friday Frog, he's getting a lot of money, so maybe he can just buy Zeus in the next round. He's got himself 3 Mach 10 kills. That's the thing too. Dexter takes away another life, and it is a 1 versus 4 to come through. And is he just saving a USB? I mean, I understand, but I understand if you don't want to give a kill bonus away. That's fine. That's reasonable. But all right.
Yeah, a decent enough anti-eco there from Galaxy Racer. I mean, it's a much cleaner anti-eco than I think ESPADA actually got on their T side. So maybe they can build up that cash, build a cushion. Really, they cannot have situations where they are losing all of their players and narrowly winning rounds. They'll just put themselves in such a tight position where there may be buys from the CT side that will just be so much better than theirs. And coming into this round, the ult for ESPADA is out. Of course, there's an absence of that weapon on the Galaxy Racers end.
The bomb is in T-spawn. This might be a mistake. Dezen can't quite connect with the shot over there on the jumping player. They are going to line up the nades, but ESPADA is very wary of the fact, and they do back up on their own. The nades don't really do any damage, and with Dezen already being forced to expend a smoke and show his position off, this is dangerous. But Dima, well, Dima could be caught. Dima's gonna catch out Dezen. Dezen's not checking for this at all. He's just not expecting that, and ESPADA just looks so flexible in what they can get done.
Yeah, what a response. As soon as they realize that that player is there, he's used his smoke already as well. There's only so many angles you can cover in that position. He was left to pretty much his own devices, so that boost play works out wonderfully. 4 seconds, they have a decent amount of ground, but the late boost as well to fight Connector. They have found a great advantage here on ESPADA, and this needed to be a good one for Galaxy Racer. They need these gun rounds. Patsy always going to get cleared, but not going to win out the fight is Freddy Frog. A 4-on-2 as they now look to collapse the A bomb site. That's the only place they can go. The time is of the essence.
Well, Dexter, maybe he can catch someone out, and indeed he does. Yeah, 14-5, money not actually that good on the T side, despite a fairly good anti-eco round earlier on. This is very much Galaxy Racer's last hurrah should they choose to buy up here. Look at that kill though, Dima. Ooh, just the reaction coming through from when Dezen and the reason why Dezen's even there to try and line up a nade is because they think their first nade was successful. So maybe the second one can finish the guy off. That's what they're thinking. Unfortunately, they were wrong. Couldn't even get a kill with the nade, and they lose their life out to the man who is boosted up.
So I've actually just done a bit of fact checking. The Zeus used to cost 100 during the buff, and it also used to get a kill reward.
Really?
Yeah.
That's crazy. I did not remember that at all. When was this?
This was in like 2015. So.
Ah, okay, fair enough. That's when I started playing.
It was some time ago. Yeah.
Yeah, that's when I. Actually, you know, I'll tell you that off air. ESPADA. They will not be interrupted by a Molotov. Actually, no. ESPADA's Molotov failed entirely, so Galaxy Racer can proceed up towards Fountain a little bit more quickly. There's no way for the CTs to get Fountain control, but with Dexter in the back lines on the AWP, it shouldn't be too much of an issue. He sees the smoke coming over towards toilets. This should be his cue to keep his crosshair trained and find at least one kill. But the spacing on the Galaxy Racers side is very impressive, actually. And they will not be tickled by the AWP.
Oh, they're looking to get aggressive over towards long. There's only one player there for Galaxy Racer as well, so if they go for the double swing here, he does have a superior bit of cover. They actually go for the boost. I'm loving these cutesy plays here from ESPADA, just taking minimal risks in these fights. With Dexter chiming in with the AWP as well. Galaxy Racers, they've been red here. There's a lot of presence on that A bomb site, and Dexter's primed on the angle. Oh,
he misses the shot. It went into the wall, unfortunately. He moved right at the very end. Otherwise, I think that should have landed. CTs have got a lot of utility. They've got a lot of grenades as well. So coming in from toilets is not easy. Dexter scope down makes it even harder. And another boost, man. These guys are taking teamwork to the next level. And again, Dexter says, you know what? Maybe this time it'll work out for me. Unfortunately, Softic is the one to get the kill and not him. Freddy Frog left in a 1 versus 3. And he will also fall. 15-5, ESPADA. I believe this may be the W being attached to them very quickly.
Yeah, they are quite literally giving themselves the leg up in these rounds. It is quite an impressive showing from ESPADA.
Damn it. He gets payback for the Nick Jonas philosophy.
It's just, it has been impressive though, right?
It has.
The fact that they pull it out so quickly as well.
That just shows the utmost faith in your teammates, to be honest. If they call boost me, you don't like stop and ask how high. You just go boost them. Double nade comes in. Softic will be tagged up this time around. Not brought down though, unfortunately. Galaxy Racers still have to do that the hard way.
Well, setting up a primo pop flash for Monster. And while they are grouping up for some sort of a B split, this could be the end. Okay, the flash actually doesn't come out. Dima's going to go down. Actually, they're finding the kills right back. Dexter's there with the AWP. Now the flash has come through from the ESPADA side, but they're a man down.
Ooh. That flash now comes out so that Dexter can get aggressive. Smokes himself off, picks up the AK as well. That's when you know an AWP is serious, when they drop the AWP to solo a bomb site. And even then, look at this movement from ESPADA. They've moved all the way back towards the A bomb site just in case there's someone here. This time, though, the read seems to be a little bit awry. However, Dexter, he's the one to keep an eye out for. He's actually completely safe from shot, I believe, but as he backs off, he will see the utility raining in. He's ready for that flashbang, but he needs to get the kills, and Tabs is in too quick. It's a 2 versus 4 retake, and Galaxy Racer may have stolen away a round that really didn't belong to them.
Yeah, it's the pistols. And you can see a little bit of frustration there from Sotfig having to go and save. But it's a good call to make here if you're a ESPADA. You've got a lead. You've got some money in the tank as well for the follow-up rounds. And while keeping these rifles means that you can actually fight back in the next if you so choose.
And I believe they have a 1900 loss bonus. So, you know, 4,000 average across the board isn't terrible. Finnegan can be dropped a weapon as well. So it's they have a buy in the next round, especially when Batsy finds that 1 kill. That actually matters quite a bit. Now Dezon, he needs to find that shot, and Softic is down. He's continuing to duel forward, but even if he loses it, it's still very important that he gets it. They still have a buy. It's not a good one anymore though. Before, you could have seen something very healthy coming out. Dexter can still buy up an AWP in this case, but you know, maybe a couple of MP9s extra will be coming out right now.
You'll see what Finnegan's gonna pick up the M4 on the ground. So yeah, they've got a pretty good buy altogether. They, like you said, a little bit light on some of the utility, but I mean Dexter, a glass cannon AWP, not a single thing on his belt other than the ammo for this AWP, and he may not need too many opportunities. The Molotov will at least flush him back. There's nobody to cover the retreat, but he should be able to get out safely. Galaxy Racer with a more A-sided dominant default.
Smoke's going out. Dexter. Careful here. He finds the kill. Relax at a fall. Early on, not the op that you want to lose. He's also done quite a bit of work for them on the CT side. T side, of course, is going to be a little bit harder with the AWP, but Pleasant has walked through the smoke, moved past, and they might not realize this. Pleasant can actually circle behind Dexter and take him down while the duel happens on long. It's Batsy to fall. Freddy Frog is just checking all these angles and will also catch off Softic. Dexter is good for one, but with the flank coming in from behind, this is not going to be easy.
Yeah, impeccable timing there from Freddy Frog. It seemed like ESPADA were setting up for a double swing at long, and he just picks it apart. Dezen still trying to get some ground back over towards B. They're poking and probing. Now the information's been given up that Dezen's been spotted and brought down low. That may accelerate things over towards the A-bomb site.
Dezen's just looking and hoping for some sort of a gap in that smoke, but rotations have come out. This is difficult for them now. Dexter, if he can catch off the bomb planted, that's a separate story. And the bomb is being planted for him to be able to cut it off, but he can't hear it from this far away. Bomb is down. The T has run away. Dexter will get the kill nonetheless, but it's still a 2 versus 3 because Dezen is still alive one way or another. Freddy Frog. Here's them coming over. Dezen also hot in their heels. He finds the first. Freddy is good for more. Can this be the ace to finish things off? A flashbang to go out. Dexter to avoid, but he needs to pull out the pistol should he want to get this 1 versus 2. The odds are against him, and he wants to save up the AWP. Galaxy Racer, off the back of 4 kills from Freddy Frog, are somehow keeping this together. It did not look like this round should have gone their way, but Dexter will at least make it very expensive.
Yeah, they all die. Of course, that 1 HP that Dezen was sitting on, he needed to get some distance on the site, but also had to come and back up Freddy Frog. What a round from him. These kills were absolutely crucial to give them that opportunity, because it had to be the last man in Dexter. He had very little coming into it. Well, Galaxy Racer are looking a little bit worse for wear considering the rounds that they have won now, but good news for them. Shouldn't be anything too impressive from ESPADA. Dexter's the only one that can really throw a huge spanner in the works, and the nade stack, I think they'll catch one here.
He's dead.
Yeah.
That's a thing of beauty. One thing you can always appreciate is a good nade stack. Relax up. Will now move forward. They've done most of the heavy lifting. Now it's time for some anti-eco kills. Sure, Finnegan can get a kick on the head for someone, but how much will that really matter at this point? ESPADA, got to be careful. 15-8 seems to be the projected score, and Galaxy Racer, another round or two won, and you could have them on double digits. And suddenly, double digits is a whole different beast.
Some signs of life from Galaxy Racer. I was getting ready for this to be a very dominant CT side from ESPADA, for them to just run away with it, push us into the second map. But the delays have certainly been made, and Dexter losing the AWP. Patsy, if he's able to get away, can get his hands on it at the very least. He should be able to.
Well, Patsy's safe. Oh, okay. I don't know why. For a second, I thought the time was just about to run out while he's going forward. It would have been very unfortunate, but this improves their buy exponentially. Dexter still has $2,500 in the bank. Please buy a kid, Dexter. Come on, man. Thank you. I appreciate that. That's what you like to see. Full utility on the CT side. This is their chance to get aggressive and get something done. They've missed the Molotov quite a few times so far. They will do so again. Their lineups are both wrong. That actually matters quite a lot.
Yeah. They looked really good on T side. But they're not flawless. They are human.
They're not Astralis.
Not yet, they're not.
Maybe one day. You never know. Dexter, waiting patiently on the AWP, will be given an angle to play with soon, but that angle is smoked off and he's forced to reposition. Patsy around the corner will have his support, but that is going to be fairly limited as well. Never mind, Dexter actually takes down Tabs first, and he'll be distracting for quite a while. Finnegan does fall in the meanwhile, but Tabs' position, well, That was supposed to be the linchpin. That was supposed to be the player who took down Patsy. Unfortunately, now Dexter just keeps on moving forward, finds the bomber as well. Patsy gets another kill. These two players next to Divider have wreaked complete havoc, dropped the bomb, and run away from it. Freddy Fork doesn't even realize they've run away.
Yeah, the timing on that push from both of them was so well lined up. Gets the kill with the AWP, the immediate response and follow-up by Patsy. I don't even know what Galaxy Racer do in a position like this. The map control that they thought they were going to have was riddled with CTs earlier on, so they have to take so much more time. And there's 18 seconds left to get into the site. The smoke will sail through the Molotov as well. If anything goes wrong here, if they do not get these entries, it's done, surely. It's all on Dezen to pull it back.
Dezen can't get it done, and that'll be it. ESPADA do clean it up. It gets slightly sloppy towards the very end, but listen, if you're starting things off with a 10-0 side, you're probably not going to lose that game, realistically.
Yeah, that was such a dominant T side from ESPADA.
Yes.
It seemed like everything that Galaxy Racer wanted to do, the responses seemed to be good. They had the groundwork laid out. They understood the reaction in their head, but they just couldn't get the production. They couldn't throw a spanner in the ESPADA default because they just kept doing the same thing over and over and over. The rounds came down to like the last 30, 40 seconds so often, and every time it seemed like ESPADA had an edge in those rounds.
And they really did. It didn't matter if it was a 1v3. It didn't matter if it was a 1v2. You know, ESPADA just somehow snuck it all together, made it look fine. Now, CT side, you know, maybe a few, you know, marks of soot on their clothes, maybe a couple of things going wrong for them, but hey, they still make it work at the end of the day. I'm scared for a 2-0 to be coming in potentially, but we'll have to wait for Dust here to find out about that. We'll be back in just a bit with more Counter-Strike action.
Nice shot. Lock and load. Wow, very good. Let me show you how it is done. Yeah, no. Damn! That was one of the best tickle fights I've been to.
the best of starts in the world if you are a fan of Galaxy Racers. If you're a fan of ESPADA, though, the best start in the world you could ever have. They started things off on Overpass with a very swift victory and a very swift T side, actually. They started up 10-0 on Overpass, and you're probably wondering, yeah, well, whatever, it's their map pick. No. That was actually the map pick of Galaxy Racers. Now comes the map pick of ESPADA, and that will be Dust 2. After the kind of domination we saw on Overpass, I'm having a really hard time having faith in Galaxy Racer at this point.
Yeah, it seemed like they sort of picked up their feet towards the end, right? They were getting a few more trades to go their way. We got some very strong performances. That sort of pistol round from Dezen seemed to bring a bit of a second wind to them, but they were just in such a rut. They were in such a deep hole that even that small bit of rope that Dezen would have thrown down into it wasn't enough. They couldn't quite reach to get themselves out of that situation. So I have a bit of trouble as well visualizing a Dust 2 victory here for Galaxy Racers. But we said it coming into this game, right? The veto process was always going to be a bit difficult for Galaxy Racer because it plays into the strengths of ESPADA as well.
Well, look, there's difficult, and there's letting them get a 10-0 on T side of Overpass, which is obviously, it's a different thing. It's a different beast. It's a different ball game. And what worries me more than anything else is not the fact that it's the Big 10-0. Hey, look, man, Endpoint got 16-0 by Mad Lions. They came back and won the best of 3. That's UKCS. If they can do it, Sweden sure as hell can. So I'm not saying that at all. The problem is this wasn't just a tactical outmaneuvering in the 10-0. This was not just ESPADA coming out and, just like moving chess pieces everywhere. No, they really were just coming in guns blazing, winning clutches, winning 1v3s, winning 1v4s, making it work, and having their rotations be very crisp. And guess what Dust 2 needs? Oh, wait, guns blazing, winning your 1v3s, winning your 1v4s, and having your rotations be crisp. So I feel like the recipe book has been pulled out. The eggs are there. There's salt, there's pepper, there's vegetables of all sorts. The omelet is ready to be made. The question is, can Galaxy Racer come in and give us a 7-course meal? And that really is the level of difficulty I'm seeing. One side just has to make an omelet. Just beat it and fry it, man. It's not very difficult. The other side needs to give us so much more for them to, well, maybe not us, but for them to convince me at the very least at this point.
Yeah, it's like going toe-to-toe against a younger Gordon Ramsay, right? Like, he's on an upward path. He's going to be something special, but you're trying to make that omelet as good as tasty as possible, and you've got some tough competition. That is for sure.
Well, let's break some eggs and let's knife some eggs as we go into the knife round and figure out who exactly can start off on the favored side. I say favored side. No one really knows what side is favored these days. I personally think it's actually the CT side, but a lot of people are still antiquated and think the T side is better to start off on Dust 2 with, and they're just wrong. Yeah.
See, I like to think the T-side start is still better for the fact, like, we always talk about how the economy game for the CTs is difficult. It can be very easy to get run over by the T-side, but when it comes to, like, the best of ones or sort of starting series, starting on the T-side, it can be a bit of a difficult one to crack, for sure.
Well, funnily enough, my reasoning for the CT side start, other than a few positional things, is the same as your reasoning for a T side start, which is that I think personally you're much better having the T side in the second half, where you have a chance to reset the economy of the CTs, compared to if you're the CT side in the second half and you've just had like a 9-6 half. Sure, your economy is screwed, and now instead of having the full 15 rounds to play, where potentially towards the end you can bring some back, you only have 10 rounds to play on those. So I actually think it's much stronger to start on the CT side because of the exact same reason that you gave.
Well, I guess the controversy, the discussions on which side is favored still hangs in the balance. What doesn't hang in the balance is our partners over at Loopet. They've got a clear favorite, the 156 to 228 in favor of ESPADA, sorry.
I mean, this is the 150 to 300 if I've ever seen one. Honestly, ESPADA, they will be able to start off on their T side, courtesy of Galaxy Racers winning the pistol round. Let's see whose philosophy can come out on top. It feels like it may be a little bit of an unfair comparison, but hey, it's fine. Who cares about scientific accuracy? We just care about shooting accuracy.
Well, Pleasant will feel a bit of pressure peering in towards top middle. Oh, he's trying to duck out of there, get himself out of that position. Relaxer will cover the immediate chase. He's actually committing to these fights. I thought he may have fallen back towards the B bomb site after spotting the player collapsing on catwalk, but no, Pleasant still taking fights. That is sharp from Pleasant to start off.
Very nice, and Pleasant wants to lead up for more. There's flashes coming over. Pleasant is tapping away. This USB's never looked so good in anyone's hands, and Pleasant, well, that last one will be a bit messier, but 4 beautiful kills right there. That's something to write home about. Some great shots over there, and the reason why Relaxer wasn't actually unpeaking was because Relaxer knows, hey, I'm probably not going to die to a Glock. At most, it dinks me, and I back off, and I have very little HP. What Relaxa needed to do was make sure Pleasant knows how many players are actually coming this way. If there's 4 players, you position yourself differently. If people aren't crossing, maybe you want to get aggressive on your own. And that information is never going to be there unless Relaxa's holding an angle and, you know, kind of taking the fight.
So good stuff from Galaxy Racer in the pistol. Now they get themselves upgrading to rifles. Oh no, they're overwhelmed through middle. Pleasant there to try and plug up the hole, but he's been dealt with as well, so a rifle can be recovered. It's actually the scout for Saltfake, or the FAMAS. Oh, sorry, the FAMAS for Dima instead, because they brought in the scout. Freddy on the flank though, that's good for them.
It's very crucial, otherwise this could have been a lost advantage in more ways than just one. Freddy Frog is not done so far. With a single point of HP, he survives. And if I'm the T side, I'm not feeling too happy about that. All in all, they were given the ultimate chance to win out their force-back round. Freddy Frog, however, comes back. No one's watching their backlines. A moment of overlooking a small detail just ends up being their loss. The sprays coming down towards mid, though, from the M4A4 were very poor on the Galaxy Racer side. Because of that, you saw them falling and the guns being recovered. So, still, ESPADA do not sneak away with the round that could have turned everything around, but at the very least, they will have themselves, you know, at least they have themselves a challenge this time.
Yeah, I'm liking what we're seeing from Pleasant to start off this game already. He is making sure to take fights early, see if he can find these advantages, because he is seeming to be in form, having the hot hand for the side. Relaxer doesn't have really much ground on the side. It's actually may secure a plant for ESPADA. Given the limited investment, this is a big win for them.
And they have a Deagle on Finnegan and Patsy, so it's not like you have no ability to defend this. So there should be a few guns taken away from the CT side. The CTs outside of Freddy Frog all have rifles, so expensive losses could be incoming. And as I say that, the Deagles are peeking out. Relaxa will be given some cover fire as well, so no one really falling just quite yet. Pulling out the USB, and at the end it will be Freddy Frog to find 2 kills. A lot of money for him too, but all in all, Galaxy Racer do get away from a very sticky situation where they could have lost out a few players. Deagle headshots are not something we are strangers to at all from this ESPADA side.
Yeah, this is a point that I spotted a couple of rounds ago, but I mean, now is the time. I actually saw the burst fire from the FAMAS come out. You know, big shout out to the ESPADA guys. When they'd had that, they'd opted for the burst. And the fact that the FAMAS is still on the field, I remain optimistic. And now the AWP from Dexter could make it so that ESPADA have the advantage. Their buy is considerably better than Galaxy Racer as they look for a bonus round. The flashes are perfect though. Okay, Patsy actually adjusts in time for Finnegan to finish off the frag. ESPADA get the entries they were looking for over at long.
Let's see. I mean, that was a risk that Galaxy Racer felt like they needed to take, but might not have been entirely true. A crossfire with the MP9 can be very deadly from car, but obviously with the kind of utility that they have on the terrorist side, you're not going to get away with just being posture and car. I still think that Freddy Frog should have been playing that more defensively, though. However, now comes out the big plays from Relaxa potentially, but potential will not be realized, and Dima will take him down. First round soon to be on the board for ESPADA. Maybe Desmond just wants to save something, you know, this Famas, just take it forward.
Yeah, I have to say, I am kind of in agreement that I wish Freddy Frog played that a bit more defensively. It's a weird play to make as well when Dezen had pushed all the way through B, seen nothing, the upper tunnels towards lower mid, and yet Freddy swings out long where they know that there was presence earlier on from ESPADA. At best, right? You expect that maybe he gets one kill, but I mean, that's just not enough.
Really? Well, the other problem is that ESPADA don't save at that point, and now Dexter, who's found the tag onto Dezon early on, this is a very big advantage. Galaxy Racer should have had an incredibly good buy even if they lost that round because of the amount of money that Freddy Frog was able to find. Now instead, what you have is two players who didn't save their M4 and Famas, because of which, hey, look, ESPADA can overwhelm you. That one round means so much going back to it. So if ESPADA wins this one, you're looking at a potential snowball down to 4 rounds, and that's all off the back of not saving, being over aggressive, and making a couple of these very small textbook mistakes.
Well, Galaxy Racer may not have studied for this particular exam. ESPADA certainly still have a lot of work cut out for them. The tags have been done and accomplished on a couple of Galaxy Racer players, so they are weakened for potential site crunches. At the very least, they're grouping up towards the B bomb site where the majority of Galaxy Racers do position themselves, so they might actually catch them out with this additional presence.
Dezon waiting for them to come over. Freddy Frog is giving him some cover fire, but it's not going to be enough. Dima's just walk right out, drop down from the double box, and it is Freddy Frog to find a kill. However, are there any smokes there? Yes, there are. It's late, and because of it, Plesson and Freddy can both find one, but Plesson got over eager, and he will end up falling. Bomb is down. Angles are held. Molotov is very, very crucial. And with that, the retake of the B bomb site with a double op begins. Words that you really don't want to hear if you're at the CT side.
Yep, no utility, low HP, 2 ops. This is checking all the boxes for should you save? Flowchart? Yes. And well,
I feel like the flowchart just needs one step, to be honest. Should you save? Are you CT? Yes, save. Oh. Okay. Not particularly important right now, but in the grand scheme of things, could come back to bite them. For now, though, ESPADA, with the amount of money they have, they are good to go for a few rounds. 3-2. Galaxy Racer, unfortunately, are caught in between a rock and a hard place. The question is, do they force buy around these 3 rifles, or do they just eco and let ESPADA get to 4? They will be buying up, which is probably the correct move to make, considering their loss bonus isn't the best in the world. But now, if you lose this round, you can very much say goodbye to the next few after that.
Oh, it's such a well-timed push there from ESPADA. They extinguish the smoke. The flash timing is perfect as well. They get long control without meeting any real contest from Galaxy Racer, given the utility. The boost here on towards short, though, that's a good angle for Galaxy Racers to take.
That's very important because of the information it's supposed to give them. Can you see over the Xbox smoke? I'm not sure about that, actually.
I actually don't think so.
Can we take a look at Relaxa very quick? Okay, so you're right, they can't. But even so, Relaxa, his angle's important, finds Patsy, takes him down. So at the very least, no major mid control has been taken. The 4 versus 5 in favor of Galaxy.
Yeah, the problem with committing so many players over towards A is that now leaves Freddy Frog to lock out this B bomb site. They're trying to help him, trying to shoot above the smoke as the wrap now comes through. He's having to cower behind the box, play an elusive angle. Softfake taken down. That may cause a distraction. Yeah, it does. Not even checking for him. They didn't know where Freddy Frog was positioned, but the no scope at a distance. I assume he landed on the box.
For that. No, I think he jumped up for that.
Yeah, midair on the box. Either way, Galaxy Racer, they dodged that bullet.
Well, it's a lifeline that's been delivered to them by Relaxa's initial peak. ESPADA felt incredibly pressured to make a move, and this does not look like the ESPADA we saw in Overpass, and I don't just say that because it's not a 10-0. Galaxy Racer is a team that is taking initiative, that is continually responding to the kind of pressure that ESPADA is putting in, and where we thought it was a big win to be able to find the early long control with just a flashbang and a smoke, the long control isn't truly exploited. There's not really a Molotov going over towards short from long to push those angles back either. There's nothing really big coming out from them all in all after they get the long control. So some worrying signs for ESPADA, but Galaxy Racer are definitely fast-tracking their way towards, you know, forcing a third map potentially.
Certainly good if they keep this up. Again, another fast play towards long. Dima gonna get himself out. The flashes are perfect. There's the entry on towards Pleasant. Last time around, Galaxy Racers gave this one up, but they wanted to commit a player in towards the pit. And Freddy, he'll actually catch Dima attempting the drop. So an overall equal exchange. Given how it started for Galaxy Racer, a overall net positive result. And the standard reaction from the CT side, they take short control as they lose long.
Softfake being left to lurk might be a mistake as well. He's expecting some sort of aggression to come through or some sort of a play to be made from the CT side, and he wants to be there for when that happens, but the problem is Dezen is just holding a very, very defensive angle. Flashbang used in towards mid. The bright side is that they've used most of their flashbang on the CT side. Unfortunately, though, Relaxa unscoped from mid right as the cross is coming over towards long, and now there's 40 seconds left and the time for the long hit has come through. If I'm not wrong, information might have been given away though, and okay, are they lining up the smoke? Okay, smoke for CT goes out. So they're just smoking off CT. They're not going to care about the boost. They're not going to care too much about short. They have a few flashbangs, and they probably need to use them soon enough. But Tabs has already gotten back to Ninja. This is going to be so difficult. Freddy Frog has been brought down. Yes, it's important, but Tabs' positioning is crucial.
Won't be able to catch the bombs. That can still be planted, but Finnegan was honed on the angle. Tabs thought he might get the drop on one player, but they were expecting that on the side of ESPADA. Now they man advantage as they move on through. There's a flash available, a smoke as well on Relaxa, and they're trying to get things done. We'll see if they pull up big on the frags. Both players positioned on the ramp for ESPADA. Missed shot there from Relaxa. They spot these players out, and that may be the call to save. We're seeing the player in Dezen move himself away. Relaxa will shortly accompany him, just making sure they don't get chased down, and both of these teams will keep the players that they have left alive into the following round, but another round for ESPADA.
Galaxy Racer taking so long to reposition themselves on short, despite having Relaxa and Maida who can actually watch the catwalk, is very strange. When they see the smoke coming over, they definitely know that there's a player, that the last player has rotated back towards long. And if I'm not wrong, I think they can hear the steps as well. What I can hear, though, is Hellcase calling to you. You can use Malta V code for extra money on your account, and you can also use Malta V 15 code for 15% refill bonus. And you know what they are? They're the biggest and most known case opening website with almost 100 cases and a lot of other unique features. We'll hold the thought of Hellcase, though, because Patsy's gone in. He might be brought down, but instead it's Tabs to full. Dezen finally takes down Patsy. The flashes were there for a very long time, but Finnegan, good nade, will finish off Freddy. Finnegan wants to keep going. Utility kills coming out all over the place, and the bomb has somehow been left behind.
What a hectic battle to start out the round. Trades galore. There's utility being thrown left and right. And somehow, some way, Galaxy Racers have deterred them. Finnegan on low HP was a significant factor in determining that, and now they funnel themselves into the Relax's AWP. This could be a round in which he really outshines them.
He's waiting for the push to come out of that smoke, but he doesn't know which angle to check for. He figures it out, but the shot is missed. Relaxer will be brought down, and with that, it's all up to Pleasant, who's repositioning and re-peeking, but cannot refrag. It's 4 rounds on the board for either side when this is all said and done. Dezen has to save the AK. Again, we have the CTs now finally, truly having their economy destroyed, but so much of it comes back to so here's what I'm confused about.
Okay.
All in all, I'm confused about the kind of decision making going on within Galaxy Racer right now, because in one round they do not trust Relaxa at all to hold short because they have 2 more players positioned there, even though they have information that there are players on long. So no one's truly going back to contest for the cross. No one's truly going back on short to contest for the long range angle or anything. In the next round, Relaxer's playing a deep B setup when he has information that there are players there, instead of potentially waiting for a retake to come out, maybe holding the window angle where you can get a quick kill and back off and have much more cover. He's holding such a dangerous angle. It's just slightly inconsistent in the players they're allowing to receive the pressure from me. And that's always strange for me to see on the CT side.
Yeah, and that round almost flips on its head as well if Relaxer just hits the shot, right?
Yes.
I mean,
Absolutely.
he's so committed, and Pleasant felt like he had to try and get something back because, well, if Relaxer hits the shot, it's a 2-on-2. Pleasant can maybe play there for the retake. A lot of ifs and buts, but ESPADA have been on the better side of a lot of these chance plays between the 2 maps. The clutch performances we saw on Overpass certainly being a shining light for them. The push in towards the upper tunnels, though, that works out wonderfully. Finnegan does some tag damage, but doesn't find the kill. They actually get a fast flanking player through T-spawn as well, but ESPADA pick up the pace. They take the A bomb site.
There's a gap in the smoke, but it will not matter. Fortunately, it comes at the best possible round where there are primarily just USPs, but at this stage, Galaxy Racer, they're saving those 2 AKs forward. You know they're not going to be contesting too much. I say that, but Dezen has got a flashbang in his hand, and he's getting ready to peek out with the USBs. So he's going to be staying back, waiting for the USBs to get some damage, get some information. Softic will not have that molly spread to him. How? Softic, what's going on here? He will back off, he will reposition, but all the kills coming the way of the terrorist side mean that the CTs can't even save those 2 AKs. And with that, it will be all she wrote. AWP is saved as well. ESPADA with an excellent round, and Galaxy Racer, without saving those 2 AKs, their money's actually pretty badly impacted.
Yeah, meanwhile, on the other side of the coin, ESPADA have Dexter on 10k. He's made some good investments. He does have to, you know, help a brother out.
I mean, he bought Apple stock. He's the millionaire of the family.
God, if only we could rewind time, huh?
Yeah. Goddamn Bitcoin. Dexter scopes in forward, but he relaxes to get the kill. It's 5 versus not enough, potentially, for ESPADA. Early kill, very, very important when you've got no utility tabs. His position is going to be equally crucial, but he can't connect with the shots, and short control has been forfeited.
Did you forget about the number 4? 1, 2, 3, not enough. The collapse on A, though, for ESPADA. They get the execute underway. Tabs, though, peeking out, trying to take the angle. The flash is there to support. They're slowing ESPADA down, but they're not finding the frags. Patsy around the smoke. He goes for the kill. So it's equal numbers. It's not enough on both sides, and we'll see if Galaxy Racer can pull this one back, tie things up at 5-5 apiece.
Patsy flashed up completely. It's good, but Finnegan is right behind him to provide the backup, and he's peeking out wide, but that is a mistake and a half. He's hoping for a refrag, but it's a repeat coming out from Soft Relaxer, who will completely rip them apart. 4 kills from the man himself. He did have some hiccups. He did have some mistakes, but at the end of the day, beautifully done from him. And yes, I did forget the number 4. Look, man. It's not my first language, okay? Yep. I don't live in the UK, all right? These things will happen from time to time. I felt like I'd covered that up pretty nicely, just like how Relaxer covers up the flaws of his teammates. with 4 beautiful kills. But yeah,
A very beautiful round for Relaxer. No, I knew you'd covered it up. I just wanted to
throw me under the bus. Thanks,
yeah,
man.
poke some fun. Yeah, poke some fun. I have to make up for it. The Jonas Brothers thing still throwing me off.
Ball control yet again will be the plan, but execution needs to be there as well. And Dima has executed Relaxa for his sins of the previous round. So far, so good for the T side, but it needs to be better. You want to have 9 rounds on the table. You want to be able to get that sweet 9-6 scoreline, get some wiggle room. But Tams has found himself... Okay. Tams will boost up. Will be smoked off as well. This is very dangerous.
And ESPADA met no resistance. Okay, finally they get a sound cue to operate off of. The spam through will mean that Galaxy Racer do not have too much presence on the site. Patsy is still lurking in the back lines. He can hear that these rotations coming through. They'll understand that this is a possibility, so they'll have to go out and clear it, but Patsy may still come out ahead here. Oh, it is. Dezin's drop. He may actually find Pleasant as well, but the spam battle, Pleasant wins out. Freddy actually as well finds a frag. They've brought it to equal numbers once again. This position from Sotfik, they're getting in the faces of Galaxy Racer. This retake, not really feasible with the positions.
It still looks like you're fighting to try and find a bomb site to plant on it. Softic is also going to creep past now. He needs to find these kills to make the CT side economy really, truly hurt, but it seems like they will be able to back off. For now, there is still an AK in the hands of Finnegan should he want to start hunting. And there's plenty of money on the terrorist side to do so, however they choose not to. And now Galaxy Racer on 2 guns will yet again have to go for the difficult decision. Do we actually force buy around this? Pleasant and Freddy can drop pharmacists or M4s, but it's going to be a hard time, and I think that's exactly what they're sitting down to talk about.
A hard time and a hard time out. I don't know what the appropriate response is, considering they've tried to fight at long and they've quite frequently lost out in those duels. The one time where we actually saw them come out in a slim margin ahead was when it was such a chaotic exchange. ESPADA on the fact that their utility timings have been pretty good. I mean, the flash efficacy for them is very high. And Galaxy Racer don't seem to have those same timings quite down yet. The aggressive plays towards B, I think, are this kind of unexplored idea where they've only really done it on an anti-eco. The one time I think Dezin pushed through with a FAMAS, he didn't get spotted out. So potential to explore that as ESPADA don't typically put too much of a focus on that B bomb site.
Well, Patsy, who has found himself bit control, is going to be very dangerous, but even more so is Pleasant, who's this time trying to come in from behind. It was Freddy Frog in the 2nd or 3rd round with the MP9 who was able to make their lives living hell. This time, the Soul and AK might be a little bit useful, but Pleasant, with the smoke going out, he knows there's a player hovering around T-spawn. He should be able to take down Softic over here, but Softic, he's crept past into the back lines. This is even more dangerous, though. Oh, no. Pleasant could completely unravel this. Are they going to expect someone to be here in the vicinity? Molotov going out towards short. Freddy Frog is feeling the heat. They've moved in, but Freddy's good for 1 and 2. Finnegan brings him down, but they're still waiting for their ace. They're still waiting for their secret weapon, and that secret weapon is now coming in from the back lines. Is Softic going to check for this? Seems like he is, but he can't win the duel. Pleasant will be alive. 2 versus 3. ESPADA. Bomb is in their possession, but positionally, they are very much outmatched.
Crucial frags from Freddy Frog to allow the flank from Pleasant. They enable one another, and now they'll push on through from long. It's a very hard path to cross these long-ranged engagements. Tabs is on 1 HP. He hasn't been able to get his hands on a rifle either. And ESPADA, they outman the site now as Tabs is gone. Dezin trying to get things done with the P2K. These players are tagged down low, so the possibility is there. The jumping shots are certainly hitting, but he needs to land a few more tags, trying to get his hands on a weapon. Oh no, Dezin distracted, turned away from the difficulties ahead of him. ESPADA a 7th.
Not a convincing 7th. Not at
Yeah.
all. Softic losing the duel up against Blessin could have been the end of it, but Galaxy Racer are not fortunate enough to be able to get the jumping headshot with the P2000. If he'd found that, he doesn't stop for the AK. The reason, the reason why I believe he went for the AK is just because he doesn't expect to be able to kill two players without the fire rate. And Finnegan is so aggressive early on with his spawn will find Blessin, who's the second player trying to cross over. And Blessin is probably the MVP for Galaxy Racer right now, unless Relaxer comes alive in the same way he did before.
He's been the one instigating a lot of the action, trying to force ESPADA into these tricky positions. Huge reason as to how they got off to a good start here for Galaxy Racer. Patsy's close to the smoke. I think Freddy Frog's looking to push. I mean, just the fact he's so close up. No, thinks better of it. A re-smoke over towards long, so a bit of action could have occurred. At least they'll know that there's a player on either side.
Relaxer's positioning is going to be so crucial. He finds the headshot. Perfect crosshair placement. 4 versus 4 is back. There's a flashbang to keep him off the angle, but it's Freddy Frog who needs to be careful because his smoke has dissipated and now Patsy can look to get aggressive. Relaxer, meanwhile, will do the same, but a great flashbang from the terrorist side will keep him at bay. Patsy, the eternal lurk, is waiting for Freddy Frog to make a move to defend his teammates. Will he do so, though? This 4v4 retake has to be on. Galaxy Racer need the rounds at this point. They can't keep saving. ESPADA. Positions are great to intercept any sort of aggression. And that'll be Patsy to come in first. Gets one. Will be traded away, though, as Relaxer gets a great shot. But it's still a 3 versus 3 and a very difficult retake at that.
Yeah, the information will be given up that they're all towards long. This is a very difficult position to be in. They have to cross. I mean, there's not really much time to make this work. These kills need to come in fast for the Galaxy Racer side. Softic, Dexter, they hit the shots necessary. Relaxer just has to try and run away, but Dexter will deny it. ESPADA, that long alert from Patsy comes to be the trump card in the round as they had hoped to collect themselves at long. It just doesn't work out.
This seems to be the 9th round practically guaranteed for the side of ESPADA. Galaxy Racer have gotten very close to winning out Ecos, winning out with Deagles, winning out with bare bones agility, but ESPADA have found their footing very much so. So I am concerned, and I think Galaxy Racers are as well. This is their 3rd time out so far, right?
I think it might be, but
either way, they definitely need it at this point. Because on the CT side, if you're giving away too many rounds going into the second half, it doesn't matter if you've got yourself the T side advantage of economy. The pistol round just matters way too much at that stage. And so far as pistol rounds go, beyond a few individual plays from Galaxy Racer like Dezon on Overpass, there has been quite a bit of indication that ESPADA's aim might be slightly better. Now, a fast-paced lower tunnel rush will not find them anything at all other than disappointment at the fact that the terrorists are already in long.
You expect ESPADA to pick up the pace here as well. I think they just spotted one player kind of weasel his way in through that smoke towards lower. They should have the understanding that Galaxy Racer have information to play off of and can start playing a bit more stacked towards the A bomb site, but it'll take a long time for reinforcements to get there. Plessin with the tag can certainly slow things down, make things more difficult, but he's trying to reposition. Dima can't track down the frag, and Freddy Frog is there at range. It's a good start for Galaxy Racer given the investment, and they may actually pinch them in here at long.
This is really worrying. ESPADA, they don't know what's coming for them. It's a P250 and a CZ, but they just can't get it done. The double nade kill from Dexter, and Softic follows up with some AK shots as well. Freddy's the only person at the end of the day to find a kill. I don't even know what the nade kill was. I think it was to his short, right?
I think it was deep CT, because he was there to kill a player over at long as well. That's really the only position I can think of where he could contribute to both of those kills at the same time.
Double up and last chance on their CT side if you're a Galaxy Racers fan. Unfortunately, Plessin not too happy about that dink. not dink, but the tag.
I think that's the third or fourth time we've seen Galaxy Racer getting tagged on the cross as well. So this has been a pretty rough state of affairs since they've had the ops in play, and while Dima makes things worse, an entry over at B, they spot out where Pleasant is. Good that he dodged out on those shots given he's low HP, but Relaxer kills his teammate. They line up, he's making up for it at the very least. 2 kills to prevent the progression, but there's the kill from Patsy. That A site rotation is certainly a possibility, but the Faye do not have the bomb. It's been dropped on the site. Relaxer made sure to get his teammate in with him and to commit to that position. So how do ESPADA tackle this now?
They do have utility, but it's so difficult to deploy it at this point. Relaxa could be caught off by the wrong angle, but he's being very good with just hugging it close, keeping it personal. And I'm not wrong, Relaxa was able to spot out Patsy. He aggresses forward. That is a mistake if I've ever seen one. Freddy Frog now inside tunnel is waiting for them to come through and pick up the bomb. They're both going to be coming from window. That's exactly where he has his crosshair trained, but he can't find the first few shots. And with that, Freddy Frog, he can't prevent the bomb from being planted. Secondary Molotov will also go out towards tunnel just for good measure. Freddy Frog has come all the way from mid, but he's been spotted. Softic, however, doesn't win the duel, and Patsy only has a farmers. This is very, very risky.
Who blinks first? Waiting out the smoke is a smart play from Freddy. Make sure that Patsy cannot get aggressive, but he's taken the off angle. He's close to the doors, and there'll be a multitude of angles to clear out. I think Patsy may have outpositioned him here. Might have read a little bit into it, but no, Freddy, the hard clear. He reads Patsy like a book. He has the kit for the defuse, and Galaxy Racer, they muster together 6 rounds on their CT side.
That's beautiful shot from Freddy Frog coming out. All in all, I'm not sure about Relax's peak though. Like both the peaks, to be honest. Relax's peak and the second terrorist actually peaking Freddy Frog in mid. I think it was Softic. Softic taking the duel in mid just doesn't make sense either. At most, you want to jiggle and scout out to see whether or not there is a player there. You don't want to turn a 2v1 into a 1v1 and another 1v1, especially if your teammate is on 24 HP and has a FAMAS. Now, question is, can they bring it back? Lootbet doesn't think so. Oh, beautiful shot from Patsy. Lootbet, our partners, will have given you the odds very heavily in favor of ESPADA, and you can see why, but Pleasant, at the very least, will make a bit of a case there.
Oh my god.
Flashbang is good. Aggression in mid will continue. Bomb's been dropped, and it can't be recovered. It's only Dezen and Freddy Frog to try and bail each other out. Dezen's good for one, but Dexter from behind comes in and shuts him down. This is some sort of wacky, crazy aggression, and I am loving it.
Oh my god, that is matchmaking level chaos over at Long. They get the sharp kill to start things off on Patsy. He gets the bomb, and Galaxy Racer, it just felt like full panic mode at that point because they need to recover it, and ESPADA were swarming the bomb. I mean, that shot from Patsy, that's all well and good. They try and deploy the smoke to get it, and then Patsy kills him through the smoke as well.
Beautiful stuff, all in all. ESPADA, you can see that they're getting ready for some fancy footwork. However, the double scout action from the terrorist side will not find much until Relaxer has the camera taken away from him. He's camera shy, this man. He has performance issues sometimes when the camera's on him, and who can blame him? Relaxer, however, finds the kill they need, and with that, ESPADA left with 4 players.
No, we're
I'm
not
always going to
built.
get you back.
We're not always prepared for cameras in our face.
Indeed. Softic is prepared for terrorists in his face as Dezen just immediately takes him down. It's all down to the farmers, and the Deagles will not be able to persevere. Great nade from Finnegan, but it's a bit too late. And because of that, the T's will be able to move on and get the bomb run in. Finnegan's close the distance, got the kills. What to? Peeks out for more, and it's Dima to cover his back. It's Batman, it's Robin, and we all know who did more in that. Obviously, it's Robin. Finnegan coming through with the 3 kills.
What a great set of frags for Finnegan at the end there. Freddy Frog was low. In fact, most of these players were tagged low, but he hits the headshots anyway, so it ultimately wouldn't have mattered. Very sharp stuff there. It was looking a bit dicey. I mean, a 2 versus 4 with the bomb getting down is a difficult position to be in, but Galaxy Racer just couldn't set up in time.
Relaxa this time will not be given a kill through the doors. There's no one behind the doors, and Pleasant is very soon to find out about that. Dexter, however, could still prove to be a little bit of a point of contention for him to take mid control should he desire that. Tabs has given away information on his position, and with the smoke coming his way, he will very quickly turn back and run.
I think for those that are watching, if you want to take anything away from these series today, have a look at ESPADA's utility usage. They have been very efficient. Reminds me a lot of the Forza guys, in fact, the way they play off of each other. That can always be disrupted, especially with sharp kills like that. Freddy, oh, that is nice for Galaxy Racer. They completely demolished the A-side aggression over towards long. They wanted a bit more control on ESPADA for the crunch, and it calls on Patsy to try and make things up, and there's the first kill.
Then again, once again, has to step up and put up. He's peeking out, sees the players, but he's been brought down. This time, Patsy has to replicate some pistol round success. Dima is too far away for him to really be giving any sort of additional attention, any sort of additional help. And Dazon, well, he's waiting for Dima to make a move, and Dazon's going to be able to come in from behind, take him down. Patsy is practically in a 1 versus 4 at this stage. Dazon coming in from the side.
Shadow.
Ah. Okay. Which shadow?
That was perfect. The player up on short, he was on the railing so he could see the shadows that came through. It all starts with these 2 frags here from Freddy, but Dezen gets information on both of those last 2 players, and Galaxy Racer just sweep up.
I was wondering what shadow. That is sharp spot. Sharp spot, Yumi.
I've got eyes like a hawk, and I think Dezen has similar eyes, so I'd hope so.
A bit off-brand. I thought we already had a Hawker, but okay.
Dang it. It always comes back to Hawker.
It always does. Tabs takes down Softek early on, and it is a 5 versus 4 ESPADA. Seemingly unlikely that they find the same sort of deagle success, but we know they have the players for it. I'm curious to see, honestly, I'm curious to see how they adjust their CT side from the pistol round. I thought we were going to see some really great wacky aggression and ways to contest. But so far, because we haven't actually seen a full buy coming out from both teams at the same time, because Galaxy Racer just forces and forces. This is an interesting place to find themselves in. Very defensive with the Deagles.
Galaxy Racer giving them a lot of respect, playing the round out extremely slowly. Now that these smokes will come through, they will pick up the pace. The smoke in the middle of the site will make things actually a bit easier for Patsy, especially with Dima finding a kill. Oh, okay, that could have been a kill that gets out of control there for Galaxy Racers, but they hone it in. Dima is looking to reinforce. Finnegan is up close and personal. The bomb's getting dialed in. He can't quite line up the spam on the planter. Tab around the smoke. He's gone. Freddy and Tabs will sweep things up. A great adjustment there from Tabs at the end.
That was a very nice spray transfer from Tabs. All in all, very good attempt there, but unfortunately the first few shots being missed means that it's game over for the CT side. They could have potentially found the bomb planter inside the smoke as well, but again, just Finnegan not quite able to connect, not quite able to trace where the sound of the planting was coming from. Relaxa, still on the scout, fighting up against the Ecos, tags up Dima early in. This is a throwaway round if I've ever seen one for ESPADA, but the next one is where they should have their... No, they don't have a full buy even then. They have rifles without a no, actually.
Okay, this is looking very expensive. The headshot angles that were taken by the USPs, they find and overwhelm 2 players to start things off, and they get their hands on rifles.
Well, Freddy Frog gets his hands on Softek's neck and rings it out. Continues through with Dima. This man really nice ringing out necks, apparently. Finnegan is left in a 1v3 without any armor. If he can find some kills, it's at least some money to take away, but money is not really what matters at this point. You've got to save the M4 at the very least. Freddy Frog's been really good on Dusters so far. He's been the reason for a lot of these round wins and a lot of these general rounds secured, I would put it that way.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, he's been tippy-tapping away. Loving the patience not to just commit to sprays. It can be a crux for a lot of players. Of course, Freddy Frog is no newbie. I wouldn't quite class him as a veteran either, but he's been around for quite some time, so he knows when to adjust.
Finnegan. Oh, okay.
Relax is just so smart.
He is. 16 and 10 as well, man. He's had a couple of big boy rounds, and you know, this might not be one of them. This was really Freddy Frog just demonstrating how effective he can be at long range with the M4, but this will now be the full buy coming out from ESPADA. No AWP, no kit, a bit of lackluster utility, but still technically a full buy at the very least.
Well, ESPADA will be happy with what they've gained in the round. They get some long control, but the space that's been created as a result of that, creating committing 3 players over towards long early does mean that ESPADA have left a hole that can be exploited. The smokes will come through. Now they can split this B bomb site successfully, and there's not going to be really any reinforcements. They commit towards short and long on the A side, so it has to be Dima to step up in the moment. They take the fight on the split. They force one side out, and the bomb's dropped on B ramp. This is very difficult now for Galaxy RACER.
It's Pleasant coming in from behind, trying to step it up. Relax has only got a scout. He hasn't upgraded since they won the force buy round. Might be regretting that at this point. ESPADA with 4 players still alive and control off the bomb. Should be able to come out on top over here, but shoulds are not really very nice words to use. Relaxa wanting to move forward and into their faces, find a CT side body anywhere, but they're just so safe. They're so safely positioned. Dexter finds Pleasant. Dima finishes them off. 4 players kept alive. And I want to very quickly point out the Dima and Finnegan play over there, because it was beautiful stuff.
Yeah.
They play off of each other so well. Finnegan chucks a flashbang out, which bounces off the wall on his right. Dima knows he'll get flashed by it, but before it pops, he peeks out and catches the player who turns around. The T side even played that correctly. One player turns around, the other one doesn't. So Dima gets 1 kill, then he backs off, and Finnegan says, guess what? It's a bait and switch, baby. And then he's the one to peek in. Now, can they do something similar over towards A long? Well, it looks like they don't need any backup, because Patsy is good for 2, as it is. Leaves things in a 5 versus 3. And Galaxy RACER has Dezen very, very low on HP as well.
Again, it's these crucial bits of utility for ESPADA. The Molotov, the flash timings are good to prevent Galaxy RACER going down, but the protocols seem to be absent. Not having these players that will have the best spawn get out in a significant enough way with some good flash timing from the T side means that ESPADA have no real worries when they're taking those fights. Sure, one of them was blinded up in a duel, but not substantial enough. Tabs looking for something over at B, though. They're very spread out, looking for just anything in the round.
Let's see, waiting for the peak, but it's Freddy Frog to come out on top. Quickly eliminate him. And Freddy Frog, again and again, he's been the one to step up. Can he find the second kill? Dexter is the big man to take down with the big weapon. 40 seconds. Lots of utility on the T side. They probably want to be volleying out Car, and they will indeed choose to do so. Dexter has a smoke to bail himself out of trouble at the very least, but he's waiting for his teammate to actually peek out. Unfortunately for him, there's also a player on short who will make short work of him. Tabs to eliminate Finnegan and Dima now from a 5v3 back to a 2v2 potentially, but even that duel is won by Tabs. Tabs with 3 kills so far. Finnegan has got to find this. He's jumping up, looking for it desperately, but he can't quite connect with the shots. Would have been big, and the name might still do the job, but not quite. They need to be lined up, and there just aren't enough bullets, man. I don't know how they'll lose that. I honestly don't. Like, Tabs finding those 3 kills is enormous. They're so tunnel vision on long,
Yeah.
but that's just how it goes. It's also one of the reasons why you don't want to have the car position late when you're the only person who's really on the site itself.
Yeah, when he lost his supporting cast over towards A ramp, you just could see a world in which things go wrong, and really the onus of the round did come down to Tabs. Just he got them out of a stickly situation after the 5 versus 3. Well, this should just be a bit of a throwaway. Plessin, that range, going for a spray transfer. No, he adjusts himself. Gathers his spray. And I don't think there'll be too many surprises in this one. Galaxy Racers are closing that gap. They're knocking at the door of an 11th. Patsy will try his hand at preventing it, but not to be today. This is a lot closer this time on the second map. Galaxy Racers bouncing back.
The third map at this point, honestly, it looks like it should be there. Galaxy Racer so far looking like the superior individual team. And I know that sounds kind of dumb when I put it like the superior individual team, but this is just a team of individuals who are fragging out of control, and they're making some good macro decisions. Yes, I'm not going to take that away from them, but Freddy Frog being 26 and 10 is really the motor behind the boat of Galaxy Racer. I mean, Freddy Frog is the engine in this F1 car at this stage.
Yeah, I'll shoehorn right past the F1 commentary.
Yeah. I don't blame you.
All I know is that there's been some controversy.
I don't actually. You know, I'll Google that later.
Well, controversial cars or not, Galaxy Racers are storming ahead in these past few rounds. I mean, ESPADA have looked good. They've had some decent protocols in place, but like you said, these individuals on the Galaxy Racer side could step up at any moment, and they are looking to burst out long. Patsy going to be in a prime position to knock them down. First kill there. Plessin, the damage done. Dexter combining with the scout, or sorry, the AWP. Sorry, I didn't really realize that he'd been able to afford that one up, but he's able to escape as well.
Ooh. All right. Now the question is, Freddy Frog's on a lot less HP than he was before. Can he basically solo in this round as well? Relaxed on the AWP is no dab hand, though. I don't want to take anything away from him, but so far a lot of these rounds have been up to Freddy Frog, and this one, it will quite literally be his onus to solo win. But line it up, looking for the bomb, and that'll be all she wrote. ESPADA up 13 and 11, and a lot of this is coming off the back of their good first half. Galaxy Racer are struggling to claw back, struggling to equalize as good as they have looked at places, but ESPADA, they're making sure they're always one step ahead at the very least.
Yeah, it's a very committed angle to take as well. At this point in the game, where Galaxy Racers are getting a bit more momentum back in their stead. You can see a timeout called. Is this a fourth timeout? I know you're sort of trying to keep track earlier, but if they're taking some time to think, I like that they're using the timeouts. I just I didn't know they'd have this many in this game.
I think this might be the last one, actually.
Well, last chance then. Or else they just talk while the players are dead, hoping for clutches. That can be some time to discuss while your teammate is fighting for his life. I like the boost here from ESPADA, though. Ooh, spotted out.
No.
Galaxy Racer land the tag. That is good stuff to see for them. He's actually going to go and re-challenge.
Oh, I don't like that. Really don't like that. That is a mistake if I've ever seen one.
Why do they stay for so long? That is the real question. You expect after you've been tagged, okay, he knows what's going on. The jig is up. I know they really wanted that kill to start things off.
Finnegan does pick up the op, but with how incredibly good he's been on the M4A4, this has to be a save if they go over towards B bomb site. You're not recovering this. And ESPADA have a terrible loss bonus. So at this point, it's every man for himself, save what you can, and Flash's utility deployed over towards short will also just keep them here for a while. Tabs is naded down early. But Tabs knows he's done his job. They are now officially stuck inside the A bomb site. The bomb will be down soon enough. And ESPADA, off the one kill that they give away, they are forced to save. One kill, that's all it takes, man.
Yeah, that is a surprising state of affairs. As soon as that came through as well, they go for the stack. So you can see that the decision was made. I think I may have found another team that I will enjoy watching develop over time in ESPADA. Just the way they play these sort of cutesy boosts every so often. We saw it so much on Overpass. But I mean, I can't knock anything that Galaxy Racers are doing. They punish what ESPADA were trying to do in this round. They masterminded over towards B as the stack was at least recognized, and they run away with the round. These have been pretty back and forth in nature. ESPADA had a good round prior, but Galaxy Racers answer back.
Oh, all right. We have a timeout from the ESPADA boys.
How the turntables.
Indeed. It is the most tabling of all turns. Now, Galaxy Racer so far have been highly reliant on Relaxa and Freddy Frog, primarily Freddy Frog, to be able to get recovery kills. They're not getting opening kills very often. The question that comes in over here is, are they going to be changing anything up? Because you can't keep relying on your players to, you know, get you some kills back later on. ESPADA, this is the time where you can expect them to be getting aggressive, where you can expect them to maybe go for a play on short, maybe go for a play on long, which would be very difficult considering that Pleasant has the AWP and is perfectly postured. I think he's going to be going forward for the pick initially as well. So Finnegan, once those flashbangs come his way, but the bunny hop is missed. That bunny hop being missed, that's crucial. Finnegan just Molotovs it out and backs off on his own. They might flash it and repeat. What? You never repeat that without flashing. There's no way that works. It's literally just not possible.
Yeah, it seems like almost a mental block. ESPADA have been very good at understanding that as well. Maybe the Molotov just going a bit too deep as well from Patsy. But hey, Galaxy Racers will take it. An advantage found. The Molotov goes a little deep. That all has seen the result they were looking for. You can see Pleasant recognized it as well. He was holding that angle for so long.
Oh, that flashbang might be able to force Softic off the angle, but he's now instead called for some backup to come in. Nade is a bit early while the Molotov's still going on. Unlikely that it's going to do much damage. Dexter, good damage from him, and Softic follows up. Dexter's there with the repeat as well. Beautiful stack on A short will get them the kills. And now again, like I said before, it's all about bringing it back for the T side. They consistently find themselves a few men down. And although they did find the opening pick because of a mistake from the CT side, they can't close out the round. 14-12, and ESPADA one step closer to the finish line.
The fact that they give up long control on the side of Galaxy Racer and then don't expect that ESPADA will have sort of taken back a bit of control towards short. Like, they seem to get caught out pretty unaware. There weren't really the set plays that you're used to seeing from T sides in that position. It's a bit perplexing. We've had a couple confusing rounds now from everyone involved. But confusion or not, ESPADA started this half with an advantage, and they've maintained that lead for most of the secondary half as well. Well, you get another chance today, spawn-based alt peek. This time it'll be tabs.
I'm worried about this. So far, they have not really had too much success in the early duels versus an op on long. They've actually been able to get the kill quite a few times with bo3 moving forward early in, but now Dexter almost given an opportunity to take down a man inside the tunnels, but they're not quite ready to peek forward yet. Xbox smoke comes out. That's a fake. It's all going to be up to Dima as they start to head into that B bomb site. bo3 can rotate over quickly. Dima's got quite a bit of utility, and the smoke timing is very good. So if bo3 can just get a little bit more aggressive, find out whether there's anyone inside mid, that could be the call for them to immediately rotate backwards towards B. The second there is any presence here, they will know, though, that nade is good, but not great. Flashbang comes out. Actually, it's a smoke coming out. Flashbang from Dima is there. He doesn't have any more utility. He just needs to get the firepower in. Finnegan misses his shot, and now Dima is going to be brought down as well. The B rush is there. Finnegan through the smoke is good for one, but the retake has to come through tunnel as tabs is re-peeking out. Dexter on the other side might be able to catch the timing window as he re-peeks in, but he scopes out, and tabs will win the duel. Finnegan and Softic had so many opportunities from their team to be able to stop that from happening, but unfortunately, a couple of missed shots, a few accidents coming out, and Dima is overwhelmed. Finnegan has to back off, and there you have it. Galaxy Racer, really nicely done.
Yeah, that was a really good execute on the B-bomb side. They knew exactly what positions they had to look at, where it was likely that Dima would be positioned. The fact that they had those pathways kind of lined up as well, jumping atop the boxes, making sure to clear out the troublesome spots where it hasn't been smoked out. And they even tracked down Sophic afterwards as well. Galaxy Racer is a very good round for them to go into this, because now the money is running low on ESPADA. You could see a timeout called as they discuss their funds and what to do as the rounds get closer and closer to potentially overtime territory if Galaxy Racers are able to pick this up.
Do they go for a double op? I don't want them to. That's the thing. Their double op setups end up being so incredibly passive at times that I just don't want to see it. You know, Finnegan on the double op couldn't really go for multiple kills, can't really do much after he's missed that initial shot, can't really support Dima either. And I'm not saying Finnegan's a bad opera, I'm just saying I like him so much more on the M4A4. So, ESPADA did really like to have one person start stepping up at this point, but the double op is not what's going to allow it, and a good tag coming out again. Dima is jump spotting behind the smoke for some reason, and because of it, he reveals himself. Freddy Frog, in the meanwhile, gets himself one, Blessin to add another, and this could be the equalizer that has evaded Galaxy Racer for so long.
This time around, they get it to work. That delayed set of flashes from Galaxy Racer, something I criticized them on in a previous round because of how committed ESPADA were to getting a player towards the pit. This time they linger. They hang around at the corner for a little bit too long, and it works exactly as Galaxy Racers had hoped it would. And now it's the gamble stack. They position all three CTs over at B. The problem for Galaxy Racers is that the bomb is headed that direction, so they may actually fall into the gamble here. Plessin has to be the one that clears things out, right?
Yeah, but Plessin's going to be delayed. Plessin's looking to catch them off. That's the problem. So by the time they come here, Dexter misses a shot. Stop missing shots on B, guys. It's literally a tunnel. Finnegan will at least take down Destin. He does bring it back somewhat, but now the CTs know it's time to hightail it back to mid. Plessin inside CT spawn has to be the difference maker, has to catch them off, and he will find the kill. Dexter to fall next. Dima in a 1v3. How many times have we seen shots just missed towards the B tunnels? That's 4 times so far. Dima, 1v3, moving forward, and he's caught off as well.
Yeah, it felt like ESPADA had just built themselves a nicely laid brick house, but the bricks weren't cooked well enough. There are cracks forming, and it's looking a lot more brittle than it kind of appeared from the outside in. Galaxy Racer are exploiting that. The fact there are missed shots, there are sort of missed timings. We saw that Molotov over at long prior that we pointed out as well. This is not that same sort of crisp, concise Counter-Strike we saw on Overpass in particular. Dust 2 is a different beast. And the fact that maybe they've lost these closer rounds that they got so used to winning on Overpass as well, it could certainly play a factor.
And the individuals aren't really showing up from ESPADA. You know, it's not just missed shots. There's no star. I don't know who to look to and say, hey, you, be good now. You know, you've got a stack now with the pistols on the A bomb site, and there's some damage done, and that damage is important. Can they find a few more kills? Dexter to get one, Dima as well. A 2 versus 2 is there. Dexter's only got a USB, and he tried to follow through with a kill onto Tabs. And honestly, they were this close. ESPADA is this close to getting an op on Dexter. Tabs just had 17 HP, but Dexter can't land the first shot. And because of that, Dexter doesn't have an AWP.
Well,
I think...
Yeah, do we end up in overtime? I
don't think so.
I don't think so. Yeah.
Yeah. This looks like it's Galaxy Racer's map.
Well, we'll put our feelings aside, our own personal opinions, because the real meat and potatoes, that lies on the server.
Hopefully.
You can see Galaxy Racers spreading themselves very thin. They're not fighting for control like we've been seeing so many times on this T side. They give up long. They allow a bit more presence in middle. There could be an AWPer sort of peeking the short angle at this point. Of course, had Dexter been able to afford an AWP. No, they're expecting something different, a change from ESPADA to force the overtime, but it's the same. It's like we had seen on Overpass, that same stagnant style of play that I was saying sort of classic Russian CS is part of the Dexter game plan. It is in a way, but really, really classic, like really old.
Practically retro at that point.
Yeah.
Patsy hoping for some good old-fashioned A-holes, no teammates, no utility to be used. One kill might not be enough, though. Rotations will be coming out. Plessin once again lurking in the backlines. Always the watcher, always the waiter, always the one who should be able to come in with a backstab, but can he actually find it? Dima's found him instead. ESPADA have the advantage. They have a flash. They're getting aggressive, and Dexter will fall. It's Relaxa to find him through the smoke. Tabs trying to find a few more through the smoke. The Molotov is there, and the boost will allow them to take down Tabs. Overpass is not over, as the boosts are still coming over, and it's 15-15. ESPADA somehow managed to get it to overtime, and Galaxy Racer are not in the green just yet.
We had cast our doubts about whether it would be this, whether we'd get to the overtime, but they pull it off. I thought it was going to be a slower play towards that mid lurk, but the time was ticking against them. They needed to pick up the pace, and that's why they go for that play. You can see the odds from our partners over at LoopBet. They give ESPADA the edge still. This may have been cast a little bit earlier on, but see how it changes, especially with ESPADA getting that last round. That may be a mental hurdle that Galaxy Racers have to overcome.
Relaxa moving in. The Molotov is late. It will not be able to prevent him, but at least it can prevent him from moving back. And when it spreads, it's so much damage. Relax is dead. That nade killed him right there and then. Finnegan just brought him down, and Finnegan just backs off from there. It's a 5v4. No reason to take risks. There is no biscuit to be had.
The hole that Galaxy Racers had identified earlier on in the game. Thought they could maybe exploit it this time around, but the utility is all that's necessary. Now they crunch towards the B bomb site. Last time round they fought aggressively. This time Dima's been flashed up. Finnegan still taking those fights, but he's lost one part of the B side of defense. If he'd fallen there, if they found that kill, on Finnegan, they'd have a lot more room to work with, but there's still a man advantage being held by ESPADA. The nade will land actually just shy of Finnegan, so no chip damage done. They now have a two-pronged assault. Actually, one of the prongs heavier than the other as ESPADA group up in the B tunnels.
Pabs' position is perfect, though. He should be able to swing out for this. Softic is going to be holding. It's Dexter to have the AWP in, but the flashbang is perfect. Finnegan comes in from behind and saves the second prong for now, though, and it all comes down to his efforts. Finnegan with 3 kills so far has to get the ace. Can he do it? Dezen is low. Dezen has 1 HP, but Dezen has all he needs to find the headshot. 16th round goes the way of Galaxy Racer. ESPADA are dropping many balls. That is not the best of showing from them in that round either. But Galaxy Racer, again, no credit to take away from them at all. Beautiful flashbang coming in, excellent heads-up play, realizing where the majority of the aggression was coming from. And I don't know if they knew there were 3 players over in lower tunnels, but hey, they made it work. Relaxed up, flash is there, shot is there, but doesn't finish him off.
Yeah, Patsy's low HP. Dexter will hit the shot necessary. No legs, just heads for him. So a nice early advantage for ESPADA, albeit by a hairline. The presence that Patsy has can certainly be felt later on into the round. A Galaxy Racer, again, they think this B bomb site is exploitable. Dima this time will not be flashed off the angle, will take the fight. It's actually Finnegan pushing forward through the smoke. Relaxa, he wants to take some kills of his own, but he's having to take Sanctuary in the smoke. Oh, they didn't clear him. They think they lackadaisically do. Dalaxa, he's still reaping havoc in the back lines. This is so awkward. What is going on? Something finally eliminates him. The bomb's dropped on the ramp, but he has to pull it back. A 1 versus 3 now pulled to 2. ESPADA, how do they navigate this? They've got the bomb at their feet, but Freddy still trying to make this work.
Freddy in a 1v2 without HP, it's very unlikely that he can get this, but if these 2 players keep lining it up, even through the wall, he can actually take down Batsy. There's not much HP, but he goes to window instead, and that's the wrong decision. The reason why Relaxa dies there without a fight is because Freddy threw a flashbang right in his face. That was not communicated. He threw a flashbang over the B wall towards CT spawn, to be able to peek out himself, or perhaps to give Relaxa a chance to peek out, whichever it was. They didn't talk about it, and okay, unfortunate.
Oh, that's the T-side overtimes, the auto snipers, of course.
Truth, I hate 16k because of it. Like, I wish it was just 12k.
Nice little bounce between the 2.
Yeah. Or just make it 10k for the T side. The funny thing is, Plessin is the one who throws this flashbang in short, and he's also the one who throws the second smoke for the double mid to B wall smokes. Both of their lineups is incorrect. Like, I noticed this day before yesterday as well. He messes it up every time. Finnegan's getting antsy. Finnegan might want to take a peek. That would be a mistake. The off angle in itself is so risky to hold as well, but Dexter needs to find this flick. He backs off. He scopes out. That's the wrong time. Finnegan is down as well. Finnegan got aggressive. And with that, it's all Patsy all day, but today is not his day. T's are rotating backwards. There is a Molotov that's already there. Dezen is very low, and Dexter off the back of that smoke is actually rotating back, but the T's, they can go to B. They decide not to. Softic, Molotov is perfect. Dezen can't move forward. That nade should take him down, but instead it's Dexter to find the kill. 20 seconds, and another nade is there as well. Beautiful utility, but not quite so much the shots. Softic left any 1 versus 2. Molotov preventing him from even going for any sort of jumping shenanigans. They're expecting him to come from short. That's the only solace he has, but he's all the way up ramp. The problem is that Relax is still inside Ninja, and Softic's given away his position. Softic's going to be peeking forward. Relaxa takes him down, 17-16. 2 crucial mistakes. One is scoping out The other is Finnegan aggressing into tunnels for information. And it's so difficult. I don't blame him. It's so difficult. You've lost a player early on, but not the place to make at the time.
And I have to say, ESPADA were making the right reads there, as identifying immediately that the Galaxy Racers team were moving back towards A. They beat them to the site, right? The utility delays, it actually chips them away. But then when it came to that sporadic decision making, the fact they both use utility, Softic commits to the idea that maybe they go back towards B. And it just wasn't the case. It didn't feel like the Galaxy Racers had that time to get that done. So some really sort of flounderous decision making when it came down to it at the wire. And now on the opposite side, Galaxy Racer are getting aggressive on the CT side. Patsy, he's primed and ready, but Relaxa hits the shot.
Great stuff from Relaxa so far. He has been very much the second man right next to Freddy Frog. Pleasant, go forward, blocked off in his angle, but with that being said, the A-bomb side is taking complete control of it. It's a 5 versus 4 retake. Utility, there's only a grenade on the terrorist side. This is not a pretty sight. This is not what you want to see. Softic's position at the very least is very good, but he's got 3 players coming his way. Can he find all of them? He's peeking forward. He sees one, and he knows there's more coming right behind. Moves backwards, but the AK isn't useful there, and a shot is missed by Dexter. This is an impossible situation for him, and he can't get it done. One by one, the dominoes fall. Finnegan has to ace clutch, and he just doesn't have it in him. A slurry of mistakes coming out. Dexter committing to long. The AK not being able to find the shot when the CTs are coming over. Actually going inside the long doors when you have information. This is just, like you said, it's just the small decisions on ESPADA's end which are going awry.
And it could be enough. It really, really could. Galaxy Racer in a prime position now to get us out of overtime, force and put us on a third map. ESPADA have fallen flat. And I think that is fair to say. And Relaxa will start off the round the same as he did the last time it was at B. This time it's at A, an advantage to work off of, and they're still getting aggressive. This time Lesson takes up Relaxa's role in what was the default for Galaxy Racers last time around, and they may find another advantage. Oh, there's Sotfic to answer right back, but they're finding kills around the map. Galaxy Racers, this could be it. Dexter's trying to keep them alive in this map, trying to 2-0 the series still. They set their sights on A instead.
Finnegan's moved through. Moving across. Molotov goes down. Finnegan. He is on the bomb site. They have one smoke for short, potentially, but Dexter has decided to hold it on his own. Dexter's gotten aggressive. He's getting impatient, and that impatience is actually paying off. It's back to basics for him. He's re-peeked out as well. You talked about classic Russian style of opening, classic CIS style of opening. This is exactly what we're getting over here. Flashbang will force him backwards. Bleston with an AWP in the worst angle for one. ESPADA are somehow able to get that round out.
Oh my days. See, that's a crazy play to make given the circumstances. And Dexter, I mean, I'd say 7 times out of 10 he gets punished for that.
Welcome back, baby.
My goodness.
You got your T side. This time, ESPADA, they say we'll do one better than you did, and Plesson's so low that he has to pick up the AWP.
Unbelievable. These auto snipers are dealing so much damage. I mean, there's just no way. I just find it so hard to believe that Plesson gets any more impact in the round as the B execute comes in. He's going to be there to rotate and help Dezen. He has to be the one to mow them down on the entry, but he's flashed up. Plesson goes for the peek. Actually dodges out on the bullet, but the molly, it tracks him a bit further in. Plesson, okay, a no-scope through as Finnegan tried to trace him down. They're fighting for this overtime. They're trying to get in the face of Galaxy Racers, but this is a tough one for them to crack. 2 ops on the retake at B.
Freddy Frog is making his way over as well, but he's taking his time about it. And there's so much utility left. There's still a Molotov on Dexter as well. Now, an M4 finally picked up. Pleasant is revealing his position. Softic will be able to get that kill. He just sprays through, and Dexter will find one of his own. 18-18, the Merkle is there, and it will be ESPADA to keep themselves alive and keep the attempt at a 2-0 going. I thought they were out of it in the previous round, but when I saw those 3 auto snipers, I was just thinking, welcome to karma.
You break the auto ice, something, pay the price. What a bounce back. And it takes overtime. It takes them being at a deficit moving into the second half of the overtime as well to change the style of play from ESPADA. They have been so slow throughout this entire series, so methodical about the way they want to approach things, that they're throwing caution to the wind in these past few rounds. They're trying to add a bit more flair to the series, and it's worked out. The fact they get those rounds together and force the second overtime, that change is it's a good thing to see. I thought ESPADA had just kind of knuckled down on this one line track of reasoning.
This is, I don't know, man. I hate to be the negative Nancy about this, but every one of these rounds has seemed flaky from ESPADA. It's not seemed like it's replicable. Mm-hmm. And that's not true for auto snipers, in all fairness. You can still pretty reliably get some damage down mid, but obviously not to the same extent. I don't know if I actually favor them in the next overtime either. If you're looking at their numbers as well, there is no star player stepping up. Even on the other side, although Freddy Frog has quieted down a lot, Relax and Pleasant on 25 and 26 apiece when they were on 16, when Freddy was on 27. You know, this is someone stepping up to take the mantle on. I'm not seeing a performance from Softic. I'm not seeing, you know, Dima have too many sick moments. And they're okay. They're doing all right. They're hitting some shots, but there's no one player who's ready to take control the way Dexter did in the in the round before the previous one.
Yeah, the biggest thing has really been the ESPADA CT side, right? Considering the start they came into this game with, and sure they won rounds here or there, but it just seemed that concise, sort of well-oiled machine that we kind of expect from ESPADA CT sides was absent. Some misutility, some mistimings, and just going for some strange and brazen peaks, especially towards the end of regulation.
Lesson being solo in B could come back to bite them. A grenade is good, but that's also most of his utility being used. At least he's... Oh, I like this. He's moved back. He's realized his mistake from earlier on. Blessin will need to find the kill over here, but he can't quite connect. He does re-peek out, and there's no one to punish him in that situation. A Molotov is underneath him, and Dexter's bullet is on him. CT's losing a man, and now on the B retake. They've got good utility, but utility is not the most important of things. However, the flank on the flank will be impactful. Softic's positioning is great, though. They might not realize it. Freddy Frog has revealed himself. Softic, he hears it, and Freddy Frog will be clearing it, but it won't matter. Softic is also going to take the duel with Taz, but he loses that one out, only to have Dexter come in from the side. Beautifully done. And Dima, well, he's going to be checking the angle. He knows he's under fire, but he just has to wait for his teammate and trust in them. Relaxa gets one more, but Relaxa can't get everything done, even if he's trying. He's moving forward to 5-7, and Patsy saves the day.
Patsy
Fire
has been
and brimstone, man.
I know. Patsy has been another one of these rock players for ESPADA. He came up clutch on overpass. He's shown a nice little clutch there as well. Granted, the time was against Relaxer, right? He hits those shots and he just plays for the time, plays to hide instead. It had to be the flying 5-7 as the only way back into the round for Relaxer. I was really just mind blown by the flanks on flanks out of the B tunnels. The net winner out of that duel, it seemed like ESPADA just had it unlocked. They had a couple of answers to that position.
And now, Freddy Frog. His AWP is going to be very important, but the flashbang forces them backwards, and Relaxa in a similarly important position. Can hear Patsy jumping around. However, the war. I did not know that smoke actually diffused the Molotov on the other side. That's interesting to know. All right, there you go. But for now, the worrying part of this is the fact that there are now 2 players on this B bomb site. Dezon only with an M4A1. That's not the greatest angle for it either. He will be able to find 1 and 2. Backs off, keeps himself alive. Backseat a trade, but the trades are not enough. Tabs is untouchable. And finally, Dezon will fall. But at 3 versus 1, and Dexter has got to make this work. 20 seconds on the clock for the CTs to reposition, but the bomb is planted, so I suppose it doesn't matter. Dexter with a nade could do a lot of damage, but does he dare pull it out?
Yeah, not a chance. The fact that there was a nade through the doors. Oh, he spots them all out. Now he can take these fights accordingly, trying to use the barrel for additional protection. There's the kill of Relaxa. He brings it close, but Freddy is there for the trade. That gets way too close considering the advantage that Galaxy Racer had. They play it together. But an equalizing round in our secondary overtime. There has to be a slim victor going into that second half.
Dezon in that angle though, man. Look at these kills from him. They should not be happening. They just shouldn't be happening.
That was a really good set of crossfires though,
yes,
between those Galaxy Racer players.
Oh, this is so big. Finnegan, he's not feeling brave enough to rush into B. If he'd rushed into B right there and then, he would have found out that the site itself was completely empty. Instead, what they've done on the Galaxy Races side is, I believe, Relaxa is on short, not inside the CT spawn. So mid has been completely left neglected. No one wants to take the duel versus the AWP and potentially the, 7 million auto snipers. But ESPADA.
I mean, the fact that they delay the rotation to B is just so comical to me. They wait basically for them to reload and run out of ammo.
It would be funny if you got 2 auto snipers and 1 was on the ground. It's like, haha, you thought wrong. Relaxa. That Molotov doesn't spread to him. No way. Okay, it doesn't. Thank God. That's the Kenny S Molotov. But meanwhile, Finnegan will also move in towards middle. Their smoke comes out. Dezon ready and waiting. He had a fantastic round before. Can you replicate that success this time? There's a good boost as well. Tap, good one. And now he's found the second. Softic finally takes him apart. It's a 3 versus 2. They have the advantage. They have the bomb site. This should be ESPADA's round going into the second half of the second overtime.
Yeah, approaching this now, 2 versus 3. There's, of course, the idea that there could be a lingering or lurking presence from ESPADA. They have to expend a flash in just clearing that. That's the only utility that they had. So, actually, no. Freddy Frog does recover a nade now en route. In fact, he finds another flash. Okay, this man is on a scavenger hunt for Galaxy Racers, and they're trying to scavenge around together. Softfit gets in their face, however. Freddy trying to get things done. No, Dima closes the round. A 20th for ESPADA moving into that secondary half. They only need 2 more.
Not convincing. Not convincing at all. Because now we enter their CT side. And Galaxy Racer, something tells me this might be the auto snipers pulled out from round 1.
Ah. That would certainly be something. I don't think that's gonna happen. If they pull out auto snipers round 1, that would just be such a call to make, but
I mean, you can buy anyway in the next round.
Yeah.
You just need to win one. Like, the economy doesn't matter. If they do pull out an auto sniper. All right, Freddy Frog, what have you got for this? Oh, nothing. All right.
They're just gonna barrel down middle though. Relax is taking the angle. Oh, Dima closes it out. He chucks them out through middle. Tabs has to commit to the angle as well. The Molotov forcing him into that. And actually, it doesn't extinguish the whole thing, so he takes quite a lot of damage.
Dexter's positioning It's good, but the flashbang that Freddy Frog and company have been throwing consistently, that should be flashing him out as well. How far forward is he? Actually, no, that flashbang doesn't catch him. He's playing a very close angle. I thought he was just double scoped in. Dexter will not get the shot. He's moved too early. Finnegan will not get the spray either. Dexter repositioning, finds two nonetheless, and it's a 1v3 for Tabs. He has the AK in his hand, but nothing on his belt, and he will fall. Dexter misses the first shot because he moved away a little bit too quick, a little bit too soon. But a beautiful set of shots afterwards. 3 kills for him.
Yeah, he more than makes up for the miss to start. I thought that was just going to crumble from there. He had such an easy sitting opportunity. I know, he'd rather challenge himself, go for the fancier play instead. And now the Oda snipers are out in numbers. No tag damage accomplished. Outside of the first 2 times we saw this from either T side, it's yielded no results. Oh, Dima was heard getting aggressive. Plesson's going to be prepared for this fight.
Oh, Dima, such a crucial kill for him to find. And Plesson, although he's dinked down to 9 HP, that is not the death. And he should realize that there are 2 players up top. It's a 4 versus 4, though, with the nade. And it's all down to Patsy. Can he find this angle and hold it? He's been very good from here before, but he needs to find these kills. Flashbang is there. He's trying to spray. He can't connect because of the wide swing. The op still far away. And Dexter, by the time he boosts up, this is going to be a lot of ground gain. Flashbang will not land. Dexter is holding a very aggressive angle. He's double scoping forward. He needs to find the kill onto the pit flare, but Relax Sunset comes out on top. Soft pick, hoping to be flashed through, hoping to use this to his advantage, but he can't get anything, just some damage, and it's not good enough. Is there going to be a boost here? Finnegan thinking about it, thinking about whether he can catch off the bomb planter, but it's not going to be the case. Finnegan finds him after the bomb has been planted already. And it's a 2v3. Nade goes through. Freddy Frog is tagged as well. Can they bring this together? The secondary boost, they're not expecting it. It's back to a 2v2, and he drops down as well. They don't think that these players are going to come in from below. It's boost after boost. It's boost gaming, and Finnegan is completely wrecking this. He has 4 kills so far, going for the ace clutch. He's going to be swinging out soon. Relaxes underneath him. Finnegan knows. Finnegan's peeking. There's a P250. He doesn't have HP. AWB in hand, and Finnegan with the ace will clutch it out. ESPADA, take it away. It's not easy, but it's damn well pretty.